Any sound out there? I don't hear nothing, but I'm making sure I'm good on my end.
Yeah, I can hear you. How about me?
I can hear you now. How do I sound like I'm screwed and chopped?
Nah, you sound pretty good.
All right, because I got this mic hooked up again. I ain't usually it'd be sounding like I'm coming in chopped and screwed, but
chopped and
yeah.
How's the weather out there?
It was raining like crazy just a moment ago, so looks like it's good right now.
Well, like New York just went through the same thing. It's like been raining super hard, and then it just cleared up. It's beautiful now, but we had to back. I got sick. I don't know what it was, but I'm finally back. I'm feeling myself.
It's cleared right now.
Yeah. How's everybody doing, man? I know wild week, everything from uprisings to the BET Awards.
Yeah, what's the temperature been over there in New York? They hitting the streets protesting too, or
New York? The New York protest. Were we on a protest tip like that? We weren't like LA, but we were getting it in. I mean, the whole country started to get sick of this shit.
Like, are y'all getting the ICE invasions over there too, though?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. There was a couple people missing that we couldn't find.
Dang. Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah, because what happened when they pick you up, there's no real way to communicate, like unless somebody's with you. So, I think Will knew somebody that was missing. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple people that you couldn't find them. It's just whack, man. It's like, because you got to remember, like, some people grew up here and they just never ever got citizens. They never did all of that paperwork. They just never did
it. Yeah.
So you know them your whole life, and you're not thinking about that shit, and neither are they. Who the hell's thinking about that stuff? It's some racism, and I mean, let's call it a spade a spade. It's a new form of racism, man.
They got people going to the immigration courts here and then getting picked up and going to immigration court, trying to do the right thing.
This is some bullshit.
Hey, it's what the people voted for, man.
Man, that's the crazy part. That's the thing about it. They played with us right in front of our face. You know what I mean? They doing everything that they said they was going to do.
And still doing it. Still doing it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's
a lot of people not even picking up on this whole California thing, man. And it's a lot of people that's not asking the right question. They keep saying, well, why would Trump be worried about the next election? His election is over. This movement is trying to expand. And so if you go after California, who at this point, as far as we know, and if I was a Democrat, I'd try to play some sort of game, but Gavin Newsom is the proposed best bet in terms of next presidential candidate. So of course, Trump is going to go after California and its leadership. That's the whole point of this. They're trying to make him look weak so that when it becomes election time, they can always throw this back and use it. Like you said, Raymond, playing in our faces, these little things, they've been doing it forever. They've been doing this for the last 4 years. They've been doing this. Even, I think I told y'all on here, because I think Manny had brought it up one time, talking about these sanctuary cities like Chicago and New York, and immigrants being brought there to get people to say, oh man, why are these immigrants coming here? When it was Greg Abbott right here in Texas that was shipping immigrants to these cities. They do little things like this so it can be used once it's time for an election, and they can bring it up and use it as a half truth. That's why they're going after California right now.
Nuts, yo. Nuts. We gotta say rest in peace, Sly Stone as well. Came out this past week.
Yeah, I saw that. That's another one, man. A lot of icons, man. Rest in peace to Wayne.
Yeah,
Wayne
from
Booth
Atlantic
from
Star, right?
Atlantic Star. He's another one that passed, which is a big one for me because that's from my hometown, Greenburgh, New York. Atlantic Star is like our group, and they have their Atlantic Star Way, Atlantic Star Day. So he's personal to myself and others, as well as the lead singer from the Beach Boys just passed away today. That's a sort of a big deal because they were a groundbreaking group in sound at that time. And this is not just the lead; he's the founder of the group. He's the main writer, the main singer, everything. So, if you saw that movie, you see how music and his life, and he was just a different type of person. But sometimes, artists are just artists. They're built different. And then the last person I saw pass was the brother that sings "Follow Me," the house record. So,
oh yeah, Alias, yeah, I saw that today. Yeah.
So it's been a wave, man. But
So let me ask you this, and just because I know y'all did y'all know Drez the Beatnik?
I did not. I've been seeing it going around. I did not.
Yeah, I knew him. Yeah, I met him a couple times, man. He was a cool dude, man. And the fact that, as many people knew him as they did, he did a lot of hosting, man. He did a lot. The way I met him was the Arts, Beats, and Life events.
Okay.
And he used to host them. But, he used to come down here to Houston. My group, we opened for him. Well, we opened for Kendrick that one year. But that's how I always knew him, was from those events. But, man, he was known all over. I thought you might have known him, or anybody else on here. I know he's from Atlanta, but, man, he was a real cool cat, man. I always felt like when you met him, like he never met a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that type of person, man. But peace to him, though, too.
Yeah, I've been seeing all of the rest in peace and shout outs to him as well, man. I mean, like I said, man, I got sick this week and I thought I was terrified and shit. Like we're getting in them days now where you got to make sure you take care of yourself, man. This shit is crazy out here. They got all these damn things going around. I got an upper respiratory infection. I don't even know what the heck that was. People getting sick all over the damn place. Just be careful. That's what I'll leave it at that. Take care of yourself. Seems like everybody's being attacked. Yeah, it's wild out here. It's wild, but rest in peace to everybody, man. Especially Sly. I feel like Sly did not get his flowers. I don't feel like it. He did not get his flowers for all of the stuff that he brought to music and all the inspirations and people that he inspired, with his funk, his sound. So man, rest in peace to Sly, man. And I don't know if you got any Sly Raymond, but shit, man, that's one funky brother right there, man. And it's sad because I think he was in New York when he passed away. So
I finally got to see that documentary on him about a few weeks ago, probably about a month ago. And if people hadn't seen it, that's the one that Questlove did. Came out back in March or April. But if people check that out, man. It's called Long Live, what is it? Long Live Sly or Sly?
Oh, you know what? I got it confused. I thought you were talking about the one he did in Central Park about the show in the 70s, actually in the 60s that took place after King died, but I didn't see Long Live Sly. But
yeah, you got to check that out. It, like I said, it came out like literally back in March, I think, or April, but it's on Hulu. If you got the Disney Plus, you get it on there, but it's there, man. I thought that was a good way to send him off. For one, I don't know his music and him like that, so I thought he had passed already. But he was living in California, so I mean, if he was in New York when he passed, I don't know. But at the end of that, they were saying he was living in California. I didn't even realize he was still alive. But it's a real good documentary, man. It's called Sly Lives On or something like that, man. But check that shit out. Just if you like that documentary that he did on the Central Park show, you'll like that Sly documentary.
Well, long live Sly, man. Long live Sly.
You know what I mean? Lived a full life. We losing a lot more people at younger ages, man. So, he lived a life for sure. You know what I mean? So
82 ain't sneeze at.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? We've been talking a lot about we've been losing our some of our heroes in hip hop in that 50 to 60 range. So you got to know he lived a crazy life too, man. So to make it to 82,
Another level of drugs.
yeah, that was
Drinking.
a whole nother time. Hey, but I mean, maybe more natural drugs. I don't know because the shit that they said the shit today, I don't know.
George Clinton said, man, back in the day, we probably smoked up all of Peru. I was like, God damn.
There's something to be said though about being clean with the drugs though. That's a fact. Cause
No, without a doubt. You know what I mean?
I don't know what we doing today, man. Like
Yeah.
one hit and cats is gone. Like sit. Like bad look. Bad look.
What's the thoughts on the BET Awards? Anybody watch it? I thought this was probably one of the really one of the best ones in a long time.
I saw Brittany pull up her mic, boy. I know
she's ready. She ready.
Like, yo, let me jump
My
in.
mic has been out of commission for a little while, y'all. Like I was missing a piece and
Taking off your earrings and all of that, ready to get in.
Can you hear me? Am I coming in clear?
Oh yeah, no, you sound amazing.
Oh, okay. All right. I wanted to be very clear when I said this for the BET Awards because it was dripping in millennial. Like 106 in Park. It's the 25th anniversary of the BET Awards as a total. And I was like really shocked that they've only been doing the BET Awards for 25 years, but because a part of me was like, only 25 years? To piggyback off what Raymond was saying, performance-wise, it was one of the best BET Awards I have seen in a long time. So I don't know if they got some new producers, but we're thankful. I do want to shout out the 106 in Park crew. We're talking about AJ, Free, Mr. 106 in Park himself, Bow Wow, I think who hosted for a little bit. There was a couple of people who weren't able to make it. Some of the hosts, AJ wasn't there, and what's her name? Roxy wasn't there. I got some notes, y'all. So let me pull them up. All right. So they did a 106 in Park themed countdown of some of the artists who had the most songs, videos on 106 in Park. So that was Maya, B2K, A. Marie, Bow Wow, Ashanti, and Keisha Cole. So I thought that was a great lineup. There were some things in the media talking about why didn't Sierra perform with Bow Wow. We'll get into that a little bit later. Some of the early 2000 nostalgia, Rap City, The Basement with Kid Capri. Ludacris, he did a freestyle in the booth. I thought that was right on point. I got some notes on some performances that I thought were really notable. Leon Thomas, who also won for Best New Artist, he performed. Mariah Carey, accompanied by DJ Nice. Her Boo Anderson Paak was on the drums. I thought she looked amazing. Whatever she doing, keep it up. She's looking really good. And also, speaking of that, they had Mariah Carey, Kurt Franklin, and Jamie Foxx honored with the Icon Awards, which I thought was about time. And I didn't know that was Mariah Carey's first ever BET Awards. Like, did you know that, Raymond?
I wasn't aware, but I wasn't surprised either. You know what I mean? Mariah has definitely been one of the ones. Well, you know what? To be honest, though, too, I don't think she had been very reciprocal to BET as well. So I think it was one of these things that it finally all came together. I think in response to the show as a whole, I think there was an energy that even Kevin Hart said he wanted this to be a black tie event. So I think everybody showed up like it was the Grammys. You know what I mean? It wasn't, because what was it last year? It was like
it was ratchet. Is
what
it was
like it was
last
at a
year.
club
It was
or some
ratchet.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they really I was really impressed with the production. I mean, Tiana Taylor's performance. Like everybody took their performances super serious. It just like for as long as it was too, we was engaged the whole time because it was like, damn, what's next? Because I think the show turned out to be like 5 hours, right? Something like that.
It was like recorded. It said 3.5-ish.
No, that was a long show. That was a long show.
Long.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget Snoop. Yes, Snoop Dogg was also honored with the Icon Award, and he definitely paid tribute to Nate Dogg. He paid tribute to let me see, I don't want to forget Nate Dogg, Warren G, and Dr. Dre. He also performed with Charlie Wilson, Outstanding, which I think that was a great mashup. And then Brittany Spencer did a tribute to Angie Stone. Like I have tons of notes. I don't probably want to sprinkle it throughout the show today, just because it's like hard to get to everything that was covered. But what I will tell you is that, again, performance wise, I was very impressed with everyone bringing their A game. I think I want to say the reason why the performances were better, in my opinion, was because we let acts who normally don't perform at the BET Awards, you know, and they're not necessarily considered old school to me, you know what I'm saying? But to the new generation, they are. We let these people perform and have a platform, and these artists are already still touring, you know. So it was good to see Maya up there, of course. She did a phenomenal job. It was really great to see Bow Wow perform. I haven't seen him perform on an award show in a very long time. So I don't know what Playboy Cardi's role was. I'm trying to figure out, you know, why he was in the lineup, you know, and shout out to Playboy Cardi. I don't have anything against him. I just couldn't understand what he was saying.
I think that was BET's attempt to show at least love to somebody of the new, because that show, like you said, big millennial vibes, big tributes to I don't want to say old school, but when you look at the legacy artists like Snoop and Kirk Franklin, Mariah, you know what I mean? And let's be honest, this what separates the veterans from this new era. You know what I mean? Cats know how to perform. Cats know how to put on the show. You know what I mean? Because just to hear you say, I had no idea what he was saying. If you saw the crowd when he was on stage, they was on their phone. Now, you saw these other cats who was performing, everybody was engaged on the stage. You know what I mean? So
and it was a very lazy performance. I mean, he had cars on stage. How many times have we seen rappers with just cars on stage, or a cup, or, you know, some girls dancing, twerking, or whatever? It was just, I think that there were other new school performances that or new artists that we could have highlighted in his spot. Again, I don't have anything against Playboy Cardi. I just didn't think that he was performance ready, because it doesn't look like he prepared for the performance.
I knew he was going to catch some smoke. It because the awards show was at a certain level the whole time. And it just went down at that point. Like it was so noticeable that I knew he was gonna catch some smoke. I didn't know we was gonna get into it this early. I thought we was gonna talk some more positive shit before we got into the smoke. But no, he was trash.
That was the only part of the show that I was like, nah.
He was bad, man. My bad. I seen Endzone had a hand up. I just wanted to say something real quick about this.
We got a couple of hands up. Endzone,
you there?
Oh yeah. I thought he was gonna speak, but I didn't see the whole thing. I saw clips, but I did see 803 Fresh perform Boots on the Ground at the pre-show. I thought that was fantastic, and I love seeing South Carolina artists at the BET Awards along with Trap Dicky. I saw that he had a picture with SZA. He talked to Kendrick Lamar, had a picture of Snoop Dogg. So seeing South Carolina artists at the red carpet on the BET Awards, that was fantastic. I did see I saw parts of the BET Awards on Castanet stream, and I was seeing that people was talking about how Wale came up to him and Castanet didn't know who he was. And I think Wale kind of took it the wrong way or something, the way the internet was talking. And it was like, well, Castanet's young and he just ain't know who you were. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, it's normal. But the way I saw it, I was like, maybe Castanet heard Wale's songs, but didn't know the face. That's how I am with some artists. I would know your song, but I don't know your face. So that's how I felt about it. But Castanet, he was respectful about the whole thing. But they were saying Wale kind of took it the wrong way because Kai didn't know who he was.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Wale always getting offended about something. Like, I love Wale.
I don't know where it comes from, because I'm sorry, I don't put him in the same realms like Cole. I don't put him in the same realms like Kendrick. I don't put him, you know what I mean? Like,
he's
and
talented.
and he comes off like he feels like he deserves that kind of notoriety.
Right. He's talented. Don't get me wrong. I think that he can do something, right? But I think that his entitlement, he has some weird entitlement thing where he feels like he's not getting his flowers, and it's like, dude, get in the booth. You doing all this complaining, get in the booth.
Yeah, 100%. Big Red, we're gonna play a song. We're gonna come right back to you. Just because we brought her up, and I actually dig this joint. One time for Miss Mariah Carey with some new vibes, and definitely dope to see her bring out Rakim as well. That was legendary on stage. You know what I mean? So, shouts to Mariah Carey, man. Shouts to Mariah Carey for sure. What's going down, Big Red?
Hey man, everything good. Can y'all hear me pretty well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, so I mean, I got a lot of, like you said, that millennial vibes from the BET Awards. I liked it. I loved it. If they decide to put that joint on tour, they're gonna sell out every arena. I mean, if they really pay attention to what they just showed everybody, you got B2K together. They put them together. Them guys been feuding for a little bit. So, and then all of a sudden to see them gel together and put together a performance. And I mean, actually got together during the Millennium Tour when they actually came through LA as a surprise for everybody. So if you was in LA, you got a taste of that when the Millennial Tour came to LA, and they got the B2K reunion a couple of weeks ago. And I thought that was amazing, but it was good overall, man. Even going back and looking at the Kai Cenat, how he was doing his streaming backstage, and a lot of people who he met, he really didn't recognize them. So like I said, Wale just couldn't just feel like, hey man, this man is pretty much staying in his room streaming all day and catching what's hot. He really not out there. You know what I mean? The dude is not outside, you know what I mean, to be honest. So he got to kind of respect that step to side. Even somebody posted the guy who the influencer that does the haircuts, that when he's like, I'm in that mode, you know what I mean? He kind of felt this. He said, I didn't feel some type of way that Kai didn't know me, but I'm pretty much, a lot of people recognize me from my haircut videos, and Kai didn't recognize me. So I don't feel bad about it. It's just I gotta step my game up. You know what I mean? So a lot of people just, why they shouldn't take it like that. And why they should be like, hey, next time you stream it, put me on your live. You know what I mean? Let me stream with you. Collab,
Definitely missing out on the opportunity there.
Okay. I thought everything was good. And with what's his name? Carter, what his name is, that cat there, man. I believe BET just wanted to stream a lot of new artists, and he got a big song with The Weeknd. So that's the song he performed anyway. That song is pretty high along with the young kids. When I was DJing at the middle schools, they want to hear that song. So that's one reason why they just pulled that in to get younger kids to pay attention to the award show. So it was pretty good to me. I liked it.
Okay. I want to talk about a few notable other performances, Ray, if that's okay. All right, so Lil Wayne, he opened with his intro to his new album, the song King Carter and Welcome to the Carter, followed by a Millie. He came out with his Stanley Cup and his 3 dreads. And I think, you know what? I love Lil Wayne because no matter how old you are, you can find a Lil Wayne song to connect with. You can find something to connect with Lil Wayne. And I do think that his vocal performance improved as far as like I could understand him. He didn't seem to be having any health issues or anything on stage. It seemed like he was in his right mind. And so I appreciate that. And I think everybody was excited to see him on stage. Like I said, heavy on the millennial vibes. The audience seemed to appreciate it. I want to get into Glorilla and Keisha Cole perform together. I thought it was cute. I didn't really understand Glorilla's outfit. I mean, the ass was out, and then it was a tuxedo in front. And however, she is also improving on her performances. Her like I think that a lot of people. I don't know if Tiana Taylor is working with a lot of these acts because their stage performance has improved vastly, and I don't know if that's like artist development, that they're actually putting time into these artists and developing their stage presence. But Glorilla has a great stage presence, but the stylist cut that shit out. Didn't like the tuxedo in the front and the ass out in the back.
I think that was her attempt of keeping it black tie, but still just a little bit of ass.
Keeping
out.
it a little bit ratchet.
Yeah, classy ratchet. We've had the
Mr.
discussion.
Ratchet.
classy ratchet. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was her attempt at that. But I mean, somebody said it. I said this makes hella sense. We witnessed Glorilla's artist development in person. What you normally see behind the scenes, you know, developing. Because let's not forget, 2022, we were all clowning around the F&F song, if you remember. And it was like, remember, we always like, yo, you know what I mean? But that was only 2022, y'all. She getting big stages, you know? So I think, like I said, a lot of that is a testament to her. I like a lot of that is a testament to Yo Gotti and CMG actually, you know, taking some time and investing again in her artist development. We just have been witnessing it in real time. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. Enzo, Glorilla grew on me too. Because it's weird when you look at like her and you look at Ice Spice, both could have had the same career, but there was no artist development. There was no progress in Ice Spice's career. You know what I mean?
That's because Swerve played Glorilla. And if Swerve would play old buddy, he could take off. But see, Swerve don't want to do that. He hating.
Wait, so is it over for Ice Spice? Is it over for Ice Spice? Because
I think it's over for Ice Spice. I think it's over. She got her bag. She'll be able to be an influencer. We're gonna find her on OnlyFans, and that'll be that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it happens. You know.
You know what? Like, I should have listened to the people that were like, "Look, you need to change up the flow. The flow is the same. You need a writer. You need somebody," because it just felt like I was listening to the same song every time she put something out. And also stage presence. She would get on stage and look bored, look like she doesn't want to be on the stage, you know, didn't have any stage presence to her. And again, I think we're in this weird phase of influence music, like influencer music, right? And so she makes this category of influencer music where it's cool on TikTok and to put the sound to something to get you followers, to get you acknowledged. You're seeing that happen right now progressively with the young lady who does the song, I'm a fairy.
Oh yeah, that's another fluke.
And my daddy, and they spank it, and he like it.
That's not like some Swerve. Hey, that's not like some new Swerve shit. What is this? Don't play it. Don't play it. But what is it?
It's the fairy song.
Yeah, tell Swerve.
It's a fairy song, and like it's doing numbers like on TikTok and stuff like that. But it's influencer music. It's not necessarily music that people would remember in a year or two, or that people or DJs are going to really be playing years from now. You know, it's kind of like a quirky, it's a funny song. It's an influencer song.
Quantum, stop playing all that music, man. Stop playing.
Word. So yeah. we are literally breaking down how people are failing. You are part of this. You are a part of this.
Huh?
You are a part of this. Play these people, man. Play these people. Play them. Play them.
You crazy because you the one trying to tell me to play what's the name? G or whatever. And I never, still to this day, they ain't even thinking about him.
They talking about it's a new fairy song right now. So you're gonna have to pivot.
Oh, Ray, you gotta play it. You gotta play it.
No, you
gotta play it.
No, we don't need to hurt our ears with that.
Fatty, and he like it, and he spank it.
Wait.
I can have a record deal at this point.
Wait, Brittany.
You could. We've talked about it. We've talked about it.
What are y'all talking about? I don't know what fairy. What is that? What is that?
You know what the fairy song is. You talked about it last week. You know what the fairy song is.
Yes.
You don't know.
I forgot though. I'm serious. I'm not even joking.
We'll talk about the G3 joint.
Nobody playing him. Like, what are y'all doing?
Yo, people playing G3, man.
Wait. It's not. Who are you talking about?
Nobody playing him. What are y'all talking?
It's a girl from Detroit, or not Detroit. She's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee. Okay, see that.
I don't know
what y'all talking about.
There it goes.
On my daddy, he want grab it, he want smack it, he want have it. On my daddy, this shit smacking. She was a fairy with a fatty. On my daddy, he want grab it, he want smack.
That's all you get, though. See, Brittany, that's all you get.
CL loves it. He said thumbs up. CL said thumbs up.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Old school said, "Bitch, I'm a cow song." If y'all remember that "Bitch I'm a Cow" song, that was Doja Cat. So you can, if you are talented, you can do a stupid song to get you noticed, and then
this shit smacking.
You celebrate that song at the mimosa brunches, don't you, Brittany?
Wait,
crazy with that.
Hey,
With
hold up, a bitch had a cow.
What the hell is the same thing?
Well, hold on. Y'all seen Ice Spice replacement from New York?
Yes.
He has the New York Yankees jersey, your team. She got your team on.
Oh, you talking about
sounds just like Ice Spice.
Yeah, yes, that's Ice Spice replacement.
Well, I'm just saying that last record, I could see how people go crazy for it. It ain't my cup of tea.
This shit smack, let me see, touch your toe, throw it back, make it clap. Bow, yeah, don't stop, truly Japan.
Hold on.
But who is that for? Who is that for though? That's for
Word.
13 to 18
Generation
year old
Alpha.
right there.
Yo,
Generation Alpha. That's when the middle school girls are going crazy.
Turning up to the shit. Brittany,
Have y'all heard the ATL song? The kids are going crazy for that in Oakland. And ATL song, I'm like about that life. It's not even Atlanta. I'm like, why you all singing the Atlanta song? They're like, bro, you so OG ATL, baby. You guys heard that? It's just going crazy. They're not even from here.
What's it called, Gary?
ATL. But I thought it was an Atlanta song, but it's not. It says about that. At least my Fab daughter.
Oh yeah, about that.
I'm like, what?
ATL.
She's like ATL, and I'm like, oh shit, that shit's crazy for the high school kids right now. Crazy.
Yeah.
Out in Oakland.
Hey man, look, man, we got to play for the people. If
I don't hear nothing but swerve hits. That's all I hear right now. All y'all talking about is swerve hits.
Swerve gonna let you know.
He got to put it in his plate.
Listen, y'all, I
Check
have
out
little
my
sisters.
Silent Mix Show.
I have little sisters that are Gen Z. Okay. And so I'm telling you right now, if y'all drop that fairy song, the Gen Z girls are gonna be backing it up to that stupid ass song. I'm telling you right now. But if she is actually talented, she could have what Doja Cat had, because that Doja Cat song, "Bitch I'm a Cow," moo, she was literally mooing on. I don't even know that's a word.
She had some wordplay in that. She was intelligent in that song. If you listen to some lyrics, there was a lot of wordplay.
Right,
you had to have some thought behind that song.
But what I'm saying, okay, old school, I got you. But what I'm saying is, it was a stupid song, right? Because it, "Bitch I'm a Cow," like, what does that even mean? And it's the same thing with this song, "I'm a Fairy." What does that even mean? So if
it got its own meaning though. That's the thing about music, right? This is just emotion being put into record. And sometimes people the way they feel, the way they rap is the way they rap, and the way you make a song, it doesn't always have to have a perfect rhyme or reason.
So hold on.
We literally have Sexy Red, right? We're gonna sit here and say Sexy Red was sitting there trying to write the best songs. Some of that shit was just getting the studio and vibe on a record, and it turned into something. I'm just saying that it may not be our thing, clearly, but there are some people that do like it, and you gotta.
I'm not hating on it. I'm saying if you're smart about it, you can turn a "Bitch I'm a Cow" just like you can turn "I'm a Fairy" into a Grammy. You can start there, and then so that's why I'm saying don't count it out quite yet, because we haven't seen more from these artists. However, if you stay in that lane and you never grow and you never do anything different, people will get bored of you. Eventually, if Sexy Red doesn't do something different, some people are going to get tired of the same snitch, the same ratchet stuff. They'll want something different.
That's obvious. Look at most of the girls that we was talking about 2 years ago. Where they at right now? Where they at right now? I don't hear no music from them. And to add on, if y'all accepting things like this, then that means y'all gonna accept AI. I drop my mic. I'm gone.
Well, what about Cardi B? She has some of the wildest records, most. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, when you spin in a club, the shit can go from one end to the other, and you're sort of trying to give everybody a good time. Like I said, it's not my cup of tea, but I can see where if it's working for a reason. That's all.
Oh, my daddy.
I'm not trying to defend the ratchet, but shout out to the ratchet. You know what I mean? They gotta get some love.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Hear your mic.
I like it.
said, hoes got to eat too.
I got a song for you. I got a track for you, Brittany. You can make so you can make some money real quick. You could go viral.
Chill with the make some money real quick, Swerve. Chill on that. You doing a lot.
Get your bills paid.
Are we going?
I can get my bills paid without showing some ass. Okay.
No, I ain't say nothing about you shaking nothing.
We have seen what extent some people will go to get some bills paid in this Diddy trial. I'm gonna just let you know.
I didn't say nothing about you shaking anything.
Shit.
I ain't saying you shaking anything.
Okay.
You use chat GPT, get your rhyme on, AI to help you rap and put out a song and go.
I could do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just let's do it. Like,
y'all trying to get me in a booth?
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. Why not?
Yeah, y'all not ready.
Once y'all touched the Diddy trial, I was pretty much done. I'm begging Raymond to play a song because that shit is just getting every week is getting crazy.
It's so outlandish.
It's like what the hell's going on in America, man?
I'm tripping off the reporters talking to the family when the family leave the courthouse, telling them keep your head up, like they left a football game.
Keep your head up. You'll get him next time, champ. Oh, Lord. It's the topic. We will not be talking about Diddy today or moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Shots to Eric Benet. Got a new album out right now. That one of the more upbeat ones. Definitely a lot more ballads, but ton of great features on there. You got Carrie Hilson on there, Alex Isley, Tamar Braxton, Wapale, Ari Lennox is on there. It's a good grown folk R&B album. If y'all haven't checked it out, go peep it out. Shouts to Eric Benet. He actually, right before the BET Awards, they did a listening party out here too. So he had a lot of people pull up for that. So super ill. Your mic ain't working, Z.
One, two.
There we go.
How bad? Real quick, did you get a chance to get to any of the BET events? Anything?
No, I was supposed to go out for a thing on Sunday, and they couldn't get their shit together, so I didn't go fuck around. You know
okay,
what I mean? So,
it's all good. Yeah, I was just wondering because I know I seen a lot of stuff. Everybody moving and grooving out there in Cali and whatnot, and we got new music. We got what do you call it? Indie music week going on here in New York right now. So it's like our form. I didn't get a chance to do nothing. Obviously, I was sort of out of it, but that's going on. But all right, let's touch on base on the events.
did you get a chance to link with Leo the Leo and their people?
We've been texting. She's been running around getting busy. So, like you said, she got some buzz over here, and her manager said that she's not sure if she's gonna make it today. We did have an open invite for her, but if not, it's all good because we definitely we've been in communication. So shout out to her and her team. And I was really impressed by her last week. Like she got some dope stuff, period.
No, without a doubt. I know Brina's going to be out your way next week. So we are going to have her, I'm going to coordinate with you to have her pull up live with you next week, even for your post showcase. So
let's do it.
She's dropping a new EP the 20th, and we'll be doing a listening event out here on the 27th. So,
okay.
But yeah, she's actually doing a press run next week in New York. So definitely want to have her pull up on you.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Shout out to we got a lot of media pulled up in here right now. Like this thing is turning into something. So shout out to everybody who's in the building. They're on the other side of the camera right now, but they'll be here probably in a couple minutes. You'll see them behind us.
Yeah. What's up, Big Gary? What's going down?
What's up, Raymond? How y'all doing? What's up, young CL, bro? Sorry to see the Knicks go out like that, man. I really want, I wanted them to take off. But man, shout out to New York though for that, man. Because it's great for the city. I know what it feels like. The Warriors, it's just great to be in there because it's good for our area. You know what I mean? All that fun stuff. What I wanted to say is anyone, it's men's mental health month this month, June, right? So next Wednesday, we do Thug Therapy every 2 weeks in Oakland. We host a mental health space where people could come together and just talk about life struggles and hear other people how they overcame it and stuff, so people just get their own mind. But next week, Wednesday, we have Ryan Coogler the director. I don't know if people know who that is. He's from Oakland. He's a childhood friend of
Sinners,
Fab.
baby.
And
Sinners.
so anyone, obviously it's a free invite for anyone that's anywhere near the Bay Area. Just 2 weeks ago, before this, we did the elect mayor, in Oakland. So Barbara Lee, like we do a lot of high profile stuff. If anyone wants to participate, we would love to have you. Anyway, man, I just want to invite. That's all.
No, that's big. That's big. Super big look with the Sinners. Like I said, I don't think a lot of people know that he's actually from Oakland. So super dope that
Oakland.
I mean, another one putting on for the man, for Bay, man. What was that you, Quantum?
I say he the Oakland RZA.
Yeah, right.
That fool be
No,
sounding.
that's a fact. Quentin Tarantino shit. That's what I mean. On his shit.
He just sound like it. Like you ever listen to RZA? RZA be so passionate, but it's the Staten Island or whatever RZA is from. But with Coogler, it's the same thing. He's from Oakland. He's Oakland to the core, but he'd be so knowledgeable about all that shit. But he remind me of RZA.
Ew. Well, hopefully everybody saw that movie. Movie dope. You know what I mean?
He said like RZA, like KRS-One type shit. Like I'm a little smarter than I look, bro. Watch out. But I represent where I'm from.
For
sure.
For sure.
I do want to say something about the movie Sinners and something dope that Ryan Coogler did do. I think the city in Mississippi that the movie was set in, he actually went to that city and did a special screening for the people who live there, because they said they didn't necessarily have access to see the film. So he did that and he met with those people. And I thought that was dope. Like if you are shooting or filming a movie in a city, it's cool when the director learns about that city and the history and the people that's from there that you're going to be representing in the movie. I think that was really dope. And him and Michael B. Jordan have that Spike Lee Denzel type chemistry where it's like whatever they do together, whatever they touch, I feel like it's just going to be gold. It's going to be really amazing to see. So I thought that was dope of him to do that.
Yeah, I've been seeing that one clip, a quote from Denzel floating around, and the idea, and I'd be curious to know how we all feel about this, even in relation to artists. Like if it's different from musical artists versus actors, actresses, because Denzel said stop popping up on the internet. Why, if people can see you for free every day, why are they gonna come pay to see you on the film? You know what I mean? I
thought that was a dope ass quote.
Hell yeah. Because we talk about, and I'd be curious to know y'all's thoughts in relation to a musical artist, because there are some artists who are extremely talented, don't live on the internet, and when they pop out big. We could talk about Kendrick, we could talk about Bruno Mars, we could talk about her. Like there's some that the talent speaks for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what to me. What he said, like I said, we talk about it on here all the time, and I think that still matters. I think he did an excellent way of quantifying what people should be doing, because you're seeing them for free. You mentioned Kendrick and all that. Yeah, that's what worked prior to social media, not knowing about people, getting less is more. Like we're waiting for you to come out. We don't hear from you when it's so. I'm sorry I said it on here before. Imagine if Outkast said that their album was coming out next Friday, next Tuesday, next week. We would all be, even people that don't even, Kai Cenat, who claims he don't know shit, he would be a part of this massive entry because they don't show themselves. They haven't been there. They haven't as a group. So there's a lot of currency with not showing yourself all the time. That whether you're an actor, musician, whatever, there is currency to that.
Now, without a doubt, I think mystique. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Garrett.
So I'm glad you brought up the word mystique. So I deal with artists all the time that want to play this play, right? That we're talking about. But this play, hold on. This play only works when you're already popular enough to pull this play off. Like, you can't just be a nobody and think you're not going to be seen, and then all of a sudden you're dropping. No. Yes, once you have an audience that you think, oh, this is pretty dope, and then it's like, now you could pull back a little bit, right? But you have to earn that shit. You have to earn that shit, bro. You ain't gonna tell me, oh, I ain't posted, G, because I don't want. Shut the fuck up. You ain't been popular one time. Denzel is the most popular actor on the planet. Of course he's saying that shit, bro. Why the fuck would I be? It make no sense. Because on his, when he's negotiating his deal with the new movie, he's like, check this out, bro. I'm not on social media. No one sees me. They don't get to see me for free. You want to hire me? This is what it looks like, right? So there's a different play once you're popular enough to pull the play off. But too many people try to pull that play off too soon. So I'll rest there. But I agree, 100%.
I get it. But I think there's something to be said though too, like, being great at something, right? Like, if you're great at something and you pop out and you're great at it every time, like, you leave a memory, you leave an experience, you leave a connectivity. If you kind of popping out mid all the time, like, it gets a little, you know what I mean? Where, like you said, you try to pull back and then you try to pop back out. People are like, that really wasn't the, but that's what I say. That's where I think the difference in what this is about today in the internet, you know what I mean? Or just public persona, period. Because there's some people who are great and put in the work to be great. And then there's some that show their ass and they're popular for that. You know what I'm saying? So peep game on this one, y'all. We'll come right back to you, big. The sad part. I mean, people trash this thing, yo. You know what I mean? For core Lil Wayne fans, they seem to be disappointed. Any thoughts on the album? Did anybody listen to it? That's what I'm curious about.
I'm gonna keep it real. I have not, and it's because of the feedback. The feedback is so bad that I sort of just skipped it. Now, I'm not saying that I won't listen to it, because somebody said the other day to me that it was actually their favorite Lil Wayne album. I was shocked by it. I don't know if they're crazy or they just really like took the time to listen to it without any bias.
I listened to it, and I think that they're over exaggerating it, like as far as the negativity. And I don't know who exactly is the people that's pushing the narrative that is like terrible, that is trash. It might be, a younger demographic that's listening to it that doesn't connect to it. We never know. I didn't think it was. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's my favorite Lil Wayne album, but I would say that this album, he showed a little bit more depth to who he is. Like, he showed a little bit more continuity to his where he started from to where he is now. I mean, that song right there was real. I mean, if you listen to the lyrics, but yeah, I didn't think it was trash. I didn't think it was not my favorite, but it wasn't trash. It definitely wasn't trash.
What you got,
a lot
Big
of
Red?
people were saying it was trash over it. A lot of people were saying it was trash out here.
Yeah, but before we bring our first guest on, I'm just going to say that's how powerful social media is and how it can be used to either build the brand up or destroy a brand that quickly. Like, if he would have took, I don't know how much Wayne gets a show, but imagine if he took 100,000 out of his pocket and actually put into social media strategy. How many more streams? You can literally make people believe something if you pay for it. I'm just saying.
But on the other side of that though too, like he had been teasing this album for a while, so I think there was higher expectations. You know what I mean? But at the same time, this almost feels like Lil Wayne's version of what Dre and Snoop did, because Dre and Snoop's album, I think we were expecting a lot of like West Coast, and they went into like their real bag, artistry, creative bag, records with Sting and whatever. So maybe this is just musically where Lil Wayne is at right now. You know what I mean? Which I guess we can't be mad at. But if we're gonna go back to the original Carter, to everything that we got up to now, I don't know. I don't know if disconnect's the word, but
I think people were also expecting for Lil Wayne to clap back at Kendrick or, start some type of beef with, I guess, from him not playing at the Super Bowl or whatever. I listened to the album too. I personally didn't like it. I liked like maybe the first 4 tracks, but then it got kind of repetitive with the 666 talking to Coke talk. I was like, nah, I can't listen to this. So I turned it off after like the 7th track, but you know, I think people are just expecting him to start beef. Everybody wants to beef with each other now. That's the way.
What you got for us, Head Rush?
Well, I listened to it when I put it in the chat the other day, and like I said, it was a couple songs on there that was all right. Bell, which seemed like a tribute to LL. That was a dope track. The song with him and Manny was cool. That one with Big Sean, I like Sean's verse and, you know, Jelly Roll's chorus on that. But other than that, I wasn't really impressed. You know, just being like you said before, being a fan of Wayne and listening to all of the Carters all the way up to this one, it just didn't hit like the rest of them did, just being honest, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie to, you know, the younger crowd is being harder on him because they know his potential when he's on tracks with other people. So they're expecting his album and his personal project to be upper echelon like he is when he's on tracks with everybody else. So when when it didn't deliver the way they assumed or the perception was, it just kind of put everybody in a position where they talked about it. As far as people's opinion on this particular track, like Gary said before, you can be established and you can fumble. You know what I'm saying? Marshawn Lynch fumbles a ball, it's okay. You know, it's okay. He's done what he can, you know, what he's done before. He set his he's planted his flag. So for Wayne to have an album that, you know, a good chunk of his fan base doesn't really like, he can do that. He's Wayne. It's not gonna hurt his brand. He's gonna still be who he is. He's gonna still have his reputation. This is just the album that just didn't hit, you know. So my opinion, it wasn't up to the same standards as the other Carters. But salute to Wayne for, you know, putting out some tracks and delivering something that's outside of his rim, especially the one with Bono. He got a track with Bono on there too. So yeah, you gotta listen to it and make your own decision. Don't listen to the internet.
No doubt. See, I'm interested because didn't he have a release party at Madison Square Garden last Friday around the drop of the album? You're on mute, there you go.
That's a damn good question because there was no buzz around it here.
I don't know about it. I
didn't hear nothing about that.
I ain't hear about it.
That would be a damn tragedy.
Yeah, because that was the original release that a big release party was happening at MSG the night of the release of the album.
I didn't hear.
Wow, that's crazy.
I didn't hear or see anything. So I don't know if it went down or not. You know.
So yeah, because we went to this Master P joint, like there was a lot of shit going on last week. Before we'll get into it, but before the BET Awards, there was a lot of energy, and then everybody went to LA. Boom, like that Friday, I want to say, or that Thursday, people just took off. But there was a lot going on, and I feel like Lil Wayne having something in New York that would hit somebody's radar in the crew. You know,
it was quiet. We didn't hear it. We went to out to Jersey. You want to speak about it?
After
this, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get into what our weekend was. It was sort of crazy. Almost put me in the hospital. Put me in the hospital
real quick. I know.
Put your ass in the hospital.
Everybody was talking about. I was going to say this based where Head Rush said. It's hard being an artist. So a lot of people can criticize these artists in their time of making music, whether they're a producer or they're an artist. But I say this because I am an artist. So I do create music, you know, so and create if put yourself in the other person's shoes. You know what I'm saying? If you was an artist, you wouldn't like artists are sensitive about this shit. Right. So people going to create. Yes, they're going to make some stuff that people might not, core fans might not like, but they probably want to evolve and change into something else instead of keep doing the same old. So all these people giving all these comments, they could not do what most of these artists could do out there. Cannot. And they couldn't handle the pressure of people telling them about their stuff. So I'll leave it at that.
All right. Big swerve. I think with that, that's a good segue to getting into our first artist, Mr. DJ Drake. If you are there, thank you for joining us today. I mean, lot to take in right there. Lot to take in the idea and that of an artist today. And a DJ such as yourself. Big salute, much respect to you as a DJ as well. Some 20, 25 years in the game. So thank you for joining us today, sir. Where you checking in from? You on mute, sir. You on mute. We still can't hear you. We still can't hear you.
You hear me? Can you hear me?
There we go. There we go. We needed the mic. We needed the mic. Come
All
on, DJ. Come on, DJ.
I'm checking in from Connecticut.
All right, word, man. Well, listen, thank you for tapping in. Love to hear your thoughts on the statement right now and the state of being an artist in 2025.
The state of being an artist. I mean, it's a grind. It's a grind right now. I mean, not that it's always been a grind. I mean, as far as being an artist, you just got to put your best foot forward. So, you know, as far as what people like and what they don't like, you know, that's all subject to the person and to the people. You know, you just got to do what you do. And wherever you at in your music career, I'm listening to the Lil Wayne song. If that's where he's at, that's where he's at right now. You know, you just got to do what you can do, and hopefully people will enjoy it and like it. And if not, you know, but you got to evolve. Lil Wayne can't stay the same that he did in 1998, in 2000, and 2005. You got to change with the times. You know, you got to evolve.
All right, much respect. So,
you know.
Yeah. No, so definitely, and I think you speak from a good perspective because I know you have a lot of background in radio, various markets, and whatever the case may be. So, let's talk about that a little bit and some of your background, to where everything is for you at in 2025. So, give us a little background on everything.
A little background. Wow, I've been DJing for over 25, 30 years. From Connecticut, from Hartford, Connecticut. Been on 93.7, Power 104. I do Sway in the Morning a lot. Perform with just about anybody you can name, from Busta Rhymes to DMX to Diddy to whoever you want to name. I done pretty much been on stage with them. It's been an evolution for me. I'm a traditional hip hop R&B DJ. Move more into the open format. You know, after 2010, just wanted to do something different and play for a different crowd. Pandemic hit, you know. Well, first and foremost, I've always made music. I made my first record actually in '87 as a freshman in high school. A couple of people from LA heard us down here in Connecticut. They put a record out for us. You know, it didn't do nothing, but that's to be expected. But I've been producing music, you know, messing around with the drum machine and messing around with music, doing remixes and edits for over 25, 30 years. So it was a natural transition to just start making my own music. 2020 hit, the pandemic hit, and we figured, you know, this was a great time to branch out and do something different and let the world, you know, hear the other side of what I do, not just the DJing, but the producing side. So me and my producing partner, we started putting songs out. And, you know, right now we're doing house music. We're doing Afro house, mixed with soulful house. And we just dropped a song a little while ago, remixed to one of our soulful house songs, turned it into an Amapiano Afrobeat song, which actually did quite well, peaked at number 33 on the media-based R&B charts, was number 1 on the Urban Influencer R&B charts, hit number 6 on the UK Breakers R&B chart. So yeah, I mean, we just, you know, right now I'm just concentrating on the music. The DJing is always going to be there. That's my first and foremost love. But right now it's about the music. And you know, like I said, since the pandemic, it was the right time to make that transition and start putting out music.
All right, very dope, man. Very dope story, man. Much respect. You know, like I said, you got a lot. Like my background has been radio as well. You know what I mean? Which I want to play the song, and then I definitely want to come back and talk to you a little bit about that. But thank you for joining us today, man. So Digiwaxx New Music Wednesday. We got DJ Drake in the building. Peak game right here. Some Afro Soul Mix Love. Check it out. Wavy for sure, DJ Drake with Jemima Fool for Your Love.
Jemiah Eze from South Africa.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. How long has this been the wave like this sound?
I mean, the Amapiano Afrobeats, I mean, as long as, I don't know how long they've been doing it, for the last few years.
I mean, for you though, for you.
I mean, for me, this is the remix that we decided to go with the Amapiano. I grew up on house music. So again, the original was a house version. I grew up on house music. In college, that's what we rocked to. House music, hip hop, R&B, that was the college parties. If you wasn't playing house music and, you know, all of that. So I grew up on that. So, you know, to flip it to an Amapiano, that's kind of the sound that's happening right now. Again, you know, me and my partner, we just know how to make music, all genres of music. So, you know, I kind of like that African. I love that African wave that's happening right now. And seeing as though, like I said, Jemiah Ezzy, she's from South Africa. You know, we wanted to make it more of a R&B feel, but that Amapiano feel as well.
Very dope. No, super dope. Good energy. I mean, we talk a lot about the high vibrations in music. You know what I mean? And on the contrary to some of the other stuff that we are getting for sure. You know what I mean? Now, I wanted to bring this back to radio. Is there a campaign? Is there a strategy? Are you pushing the radio, or is this just we working the stream and playlist circuit?
No. We push the radio hard. You know, as an independent artist, you know, as everybody know, it takes a lot of money to get it to where it got to get to. You know, so we've been pushing and pushing and pushing. Definitely, you know, we just didn't say, oh, we're gonna put it out on social media and, you know, put it on Instagram and TikTok and hope for the best. You know, most certainly we didn't do that. So we definitely pushed it. And we're continuing to push it on radio. Man, I wish I had the stations, but it's playing in South Carolina, Tennessee, Nashville, Savannah, Augusta, DC. I think we probably got about 20 states right now that's playing it. So we're definitely moving it. Is that, like I said, it got to number 33 on media-based R&B charts. You know, we was trying to get it to the Billboard charts, but you know, hopefully we'll get it there. But yeah, we pushing. It's not just a social media campaign to say.
All right, word. What you got us for? That's out there, CL.
Drake, what up, man?
What's going on, CL? Good to see you again, brother.
It's not CL. It's your fleet brother. Swerve, man.
What's going on, brother? I could barely see you in the picture, man.
Oh, you can't. Oh, I'm right here. See, look.
There you go. What's up, Swerve?
What's going on? I didn't even know you produce. I didn't know you produce either.
I've been producing, man, doing music since the 90s, man. You know, I like I said, it's been remixes and edits. But you know, we decided to go ahead. You know, to be truthful with you, like I said, when we started doing house music, I looked around at Black Coffee and some of the other house DJs, and I it's really just copying the formula of what they're doing. Calvin Harris, Afrojack, Black Coffee. You know, I'm seeing they're all DJs and they're all putting out music, and it was the next logical step. You know, since we know how to do it, is the next logical step to put music out and go that DJ artist route.
Yeah. Like we were just talking about. I think you pretty much heard when we talked about when people was rating artists and their creativity and what they do, and I was like, you have to be the creator to understand sometimes artists, whether you're a producer, even a DJ producer, because even I hear now, I don't know if you've seen online, that even regular people are saying they tired of DJs playing certain records. They playing records from 20 years ago, 15 years ago, played records that for the last 5 years or today's music. But you know that most of the music of today is not even worth playing. And plus it's short as hell, like a minute, maybe a minute 30 long. So we got to make DJ edits to extend it, if you will, so we can mix. Man, I can't even go to the bathroom. Like we got to extend records, and then the music is not even that good. So yes, we are playing stuff from the 90s, early 2000s, and so forth and so on, because we know that music is feel good music. It had a little bit more soul to it.
Right. So what I say to that is, and you're absolutely right. But what I say to that is that's the music that people want to hear. So and it also depends on where you're at. So if I'm DJing a party that's, you know, got 25 to 40-year-olds, then I'm gonna play, you know, more of the new music, you know, because that's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear no 90s. They don't want to hear no 80s. They don't want to hear no early 2000s. They want that new stuff. So it just depends on where you're at. So if I'm with an older crowd, they most certainly don't want to hear that new music. You might get one or two where you know one or two Sexy Reds or Glorilla or something like that they'll vibe to. But if you stay on that one or two,
let me ask you, can you do a straight 5-6 hours of the new music?
Yes, depending on who you're DJing for. So
No, I'm saying it's that with the age range you just told me. 6 hours or 6 hours of the, and now counter in how long these records are.
Yep.
And it's not a lot of good records out there.
Well, 6 hours is a long time. So
that's why I'm saying.
Let's say 4 hours. Let's say 4 hours.
Okay, 4 hours. I think you can. You're going to go from the range of 2010 to right now. I think you can. I think there's enough.
No, but that's what I say. He's talking new music though. So let's just say 2020 and above. Could you do a 4 hour set of new music?
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
That's going to be tough. 2020 to 2025. You're going to be searching. You're going to be searching. You could probably get a good 2.5, 3 hours in.
I'd say maybe 2 hours at best. Maybe 2 hours at best.
Basically, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because you're gonna run through those records. You know how DJs mostly do. We don't play the whole. Well, the new music is really one verse and a hook, and if it's whack, we'll probably play just the hook and go into something else. So a lot of the records, and we talking all genres. Of course, we'll probably be safe with the Afrobeats. I feel reggae music, some of the reggae, and we can play around with that. We could last with that for about an hour and some change. The regular hip hop, that's kind of, we're gonna run through that pretty quick. You know what I mean? So if we talking about 20, we talking around 20 to 35. I don't know.
Yeah. So the R&B you're gonna have a little problem with. The R&B is gonna you're gonna get a good 20, 25 minutes in of the R&B at best to me. So it's gonna be mostly hip hop. Good 20, 25 minutes of Afro beats and some reggae. They're not big on that too much, from what I noticed. You could do it, but wow, 20 to 25, huh?
I think you could do it. You got the records in back of you. I know you're talking new stuff. I know it's not easy.
what are some artists that you've written for that we may not know about, or like background vocals or arrangements that you've done for artists over the years in your career?
Lord have mercy. You want me to go all the way back there. Everything that you've probably heard on Sugar Hill, I was a part of writing or vocal arrangements or background. From the West Street Mob to the Sugar Hill Gang to Harry Ray to Felipe Wynn from the Spinners, Charlie Wilson back when they was doing his first solo project, Calvin Richardson, of course, D'Angelo, God, who else? Jesus. I was about to work with Aretha Franklin before she left us. It's so many I can't remember. Oh, of course, D'Angelo worked with In Vogue. If you remember the Freedom soundtrack with all the women, I did all of those vocal arrangements and assigned their parts. So it was Aaliyah, Karen Wheeler, Mary J. Blige, SWV, every girl that was on that song, I had to assign their parts, and I did all the vocal arrangements for that. And that was, the song was called Freedom. You can probably go, it was written by Joy. And they had asked me to do it. And the whole time my back was turned. And I was the only one that really didn't sing on the song because I was so busy making sure that everybody else had a part in the song. So I've had my share of working with a bunch of different people. And of course, you know, I did the theme song for the Girlfriends soundtrack, the television show. Yeah, so you know that they just did My Girlfriend's Challenge, I think it was, where everybody was on there singing My Girlfriend, you know, and they was like, I didn't know that was you, and I'm like, yeah. So I've been doing this stuff for quite a while, and a lot of commercials. I did Budweiser commercials back in the day before y'all even knew about a Budweiser. So it goes far back.
I appreciate you for sharing that with us.
Thank
I'm
you.
blown away. I'll tell you that.
All right.
The whole Sugar Hill is crazy.
Yeah, we wrote Apache, Eighth Wonder.
What are you
Let's dance.
talking about?
I know you got the feed, but let's dance.
That is
Well, we were
wild,
the
yo.
West Street Mob.
Wow.
A lot of people didn't know that our voices, the original voices, were the sequence. When we did that, let's dance. I know you got the feet, but let's dance. That was us. That was West Street Mob. And we were the only girls at the label at the time. And so we did Rappers Reprise. We wrote Apache, like I said. We wrote Eighth Wonder, a lot of stuff. You guys just were never told because, you know, we were the country bumpkins and they kind of wanted to keep New York as the front runner for hip hop. And it was okay. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't take our props away because it's etched in history. It's down.
to say. And if it did, I could call it.
That's the song Too Much. Right before that, of course, y'all noticed the Lumi D sample, Ty Dolla $ign, All In. You know, salute the DJs. I do agree, C, easy one to mix in there, easy one to play. You know what I'm saying? So, how you feeling over there? C, you holding up? I know your ass had to go to the hospital. You all right?
Hey, man, I'm all right, man. I'm over here coughing on the low, but I'm all right, man, you know? Shout out to White Plains Hospital, man. They saved my life. I felt crazy, but I made it back, and shout out to the bar. They just gave me a shot of rum. It's coming back. It's coming back. So, you know,
shout out to the bar.
it's all good. Yeah, man. I miss when we used to drink on a Wednesday. There was a couple of days we got lit for no reason.
Oh, a couple of days. Yo,
it was good times, Raven. Good times. But
I don't know what the fuck I was doing getting drunk at noon like that. You know, say it out my way.
Shit be crazy, man. But good
times. Pandemic made some crazy times, yo. Pandemic made some crazy times.
Absolutely. But yo, man, now shout out to Ty Dolla $ign, man. I feel like that's gonna be an easy, like a song of the summer. Another one that's gonna be on, like, yo, Lumi D, TOK. You know, that shit runs. That rhythm is just, it's a hit. It's a hit, and he did his thing with it. Thank you. Yeah, man. So yeah, how y'all feeling over there? How's everything in Diego? How's everybody else doing over there?
We good. Getting ready for summer to pop off. You know what I mean? Few events coming up and whatnot. You know what I mean? Go outside. So, it's all love. You know what I mean? So, definitely want to take some time to welcome our next guest, Miss Miriah Renee. If you are there, we can get your camera on. We want to thank you for joining the call today. If you are there, I see you on the screen. Got some new vibes coming in to celebrate with the crew. Again, big ups to everybody. Hey, there she goes. How you doing? Love you.
Can you see me too, or is it just, I don't know what's going on? I'm trying to figure this out.
Just your name at this point. We can hear you though. So, but if you're able to turn the camera
I'm on here, but I'll play with it until we figure it out. I don't know what the screen is doing right now. But hello, how are you?
Good. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Where are you checking in from? You might want to click. Are you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm like,
okay,
I was set up and ready to go. I don't know what just happened.
There's a camera icon on the bottom that'll let you turn your camera on.
Yeah, I'm on here. Like, I see myself and everything. I don't know what it's doing. Hold on. I see all of you guys, like your profile pictures, but it's not. What the heck is happening?
How many Zooms?
You know what? Let me log off and come right back on. How about that? Oh no, okay.
All right.
Here's the. I had to go to the main page. It's like I don't know what it was going.
There we go. Hey. Now I'm gonna ask you one more favor. I'm asking you one more favor. If you could turn your phone landscape so we can get the whole box. There we go.
How's that?
That's good. We in the game.
Here we go. I feel like I've met you before.
I know. I was gonna say the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I did a radio tour years ago, and we were vibing out.
Indeed. Yeah, no, I think you did come out here. That's right.
I think I did. What's up?
Yeah. Man, how you been, man?
I'm good.
That was pre-pandemic, I'll tell you that. You
yeah.
know what I mean? So,
I'm doing good. You know, it's a little wild out here in California, but we're hanging in.
Yeah.
We're holding on.
You in LA right now?
Yeah, I'm in LA.
All right. So, because I hearing the social media is blowing up a little bit more, but I hear like downtown LA is where you don't want to be right now.
Yes, it's pretty wild. It's kind of traveling now. So yeah, it's just best to stay inside and keep the prayers up right now.
Yeah. They're moving around downtown out here in San Diego as well, but it's not everywhere the way that the social media is putting it.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm okay, you guys. My family's calling from Chicago. I'm like, I'm okay, but yeah, we just got to stay prayed up. There's nothing else we could do right now.
Yes, sir. Did you get to pop out for BET weekend at all?
I did all the activations leading up into the awards. I didn't go to the main show, but I had so much fun. I did a lot of networking. I did the media house. It was fun. I had a lot of fun.
Good stuff. Any connections, anything going on that we should be on the lookout for from that?
Yeah, I got some features coming up I'm excited about.
Very
I got some
nice.
features. I just dropped a single, brand new. We're working on the features for that. And then I'm dropping my project the midsummer. It's called Gem. I'm a Gemini. And yeah, I'm just outside. I'm working and just networking.
Yeah, man. Well, good.
Having a blast.
Like I said, it's all coming back to me now. So I mean, again, pre-pandemic to now, talk about the differences going on in Mariah's life.
You know, I feel like pre-pandemic, it just was, first of all, I was a mom. I was a first-time mom. So it was very new for me, and it was a lot. It was a lot going on, and we were on lockdown. And, you know, I think that's what motivated me to be the artist I am now. Well, I know that's what motivated me. You know, once I had her, it was like, you have no other choice. Like, you got to go get it. So it definitely pushed me to like be on grind mode times 10, having her and just dealing with the whole pandemic and everything. It was motivational, honestly.
Good. Well, good for you. And shouts out to baby girl. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
How was mom life, aside from what you just said, how has mom life changed your approach as far as making music, or, you know, even what you create? Has it changed any of the content that you put out?
Yeah, I think I'm more, I definitely, you know, overlook things now that I'm a mom, and, you know, have someone looking up after me after everything I'm doing. So I think I do kind of double, you know, just make sure that, you know, I'm being a good role model for her. But she's giving me this is the most go I've ever had. And, you know, she's just making me just, you know, go crazy.
All right, well, congratulations again, man. Talk a little about the single, Brand New.
So Brand New, I flipped it. So I come from a girl group. I started off in a girl group. I was in a 3-girl group years and years ago. It was a group back then called 3OW. They came out with a single called No More. So I flipped the No More single that they did years ago, and it's been doing great. I'm getting a lot of good reviews, and I'm super excited. I'm excited for the feature and just for everything after that. We got some tours coming up, and yeah, just out here, just winging it, really.
Is the feature already locked in? We just haven't released it yet?
Yeah, we have a feature locked in. We just haven't released it yet. So,
all right, cool. Well, listen, if you don't mind, I'm going to run the video for everybody so they can catch the creative vibe altogether aside from the song.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Cool. So, Miriah Renee hanging out, everybody. This is the latest single, Brand New, going up. Please let me know in the chat if you guys are not able to hear it, but I think I got everything queued up and ready to go for it to go. So check it out.
Got my suspicions at an all-time high. Whole lot of night, I better be alright. Find a way you be pressing me up, I will be on my line. You don't even wanna know right now, it's on my mind. Damn, I really hate the way you gaslight. Might have been born tonight, but it sure as I wasn't last night. Keep playing games, thinking you play it, it's your last night. She could've gone left if you can't act right. If you catch me acting brand new, don't be surprised at all at things you made me do. You gon' be sick when I treat you like you don't exist. Walk by you like a whole new bitch, like I don't even know you is. Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice. Traded you in for some brand new dick. Soon as I start to see you gon' wanna call it timeout. Around and find out. All of a sudden looking like a dummy. You was with your friends, I'll be in a bum. Who held you down when you had no money? Ain't a thing changed, no, I'm not the one. And if you ever think you know me, just know I could be chilling at your homies. Cause we both know that they want me, like your best friend from high school been on me. If you catch me acting brand new, don't be surprised at all at things you made me do. You gon' be sick when I treat you like you don't exist. Walk by you like a whole new bitch, like I don't even know who you is. Like too sick, traded you in for some brand new dick. Soon as I start to play girl,
Thank you, guys. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yo, shout out your director in that. Who was
Annie.
that?
Annie, yes. We collectively, me and my brother, shout out Falone and Annie, we did the creatives together for that video, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, super creative in that shit right there, man. Super dope. Congratulations. Very,
Thank
very
you so
dope.
much. Thank you
Like
so
I said,
much.
lot of love in the chat, man. If us people definitely
Yes,
vibing with
thank
the
you
Sims,
guys. Thank you,
the
thank
Sims
you.
love right there. So,
Yeah. It
um,
was so much fun.
now I remember it all coming because you were originally from Chicago, aren't you?
Yes, I had orange hair then, and
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
was
saying. I was like, okay.
promoting actually a pop song then.
Yeah.
I was doing pop because I sing pop, I sing country, I do it all. So yeah, I was a whole nother person.
yeah. Any new tats since the last time I seen you?
You know what? I haven't been getting tatted recently. I actually am supposed to get tatted this week though, so I'll tap back in with you. I'm actually about to get some stuff covered up because I'm like, I was going too crazy. Like some stuff, I have like this skeleton, and I'm like, let me cover this up now. Okay, it's very Long Beach. I gotta calm it down now.
Hey, so just commenting from the chat, where did the Sims idea for the video come from?
My brother actually had the idea. He was like, it just gives me, it sounds like a video game. And it's like, we can like totally, and I was like, oh my God, like we're always on one page. And it was like, we gave the idea to Annie and she did her thing. And it was just out of there from there. We did, in the original video, it was like a guy, he drew the 3OW members on the chalk and then it came to life. I don't know if you've seen that part. We did that with the original girls I was in the girl group with. So yeah, we just were paying homage.
Very dope, man. Very dope. Good stuff, man. So we got CL out there in New York hanging in. I know he was digging the vibes as well, man. What you think, C?
Nah, awesome, man. Shout out to Miriah for doing her musical genius, but the video genius was there also.
Thank you.
Man, we had questions though. We were like, well, first of all, who did the production on the beat? Because we liked the sound, but we were like, well, who did it?
Oh my goodness. So my friend Mandy, she's from Canada. And for a while, I didn't even know who did the beat. I was just like, man, all I know is I want this right now. And actually, it's a funny story. His name is, so Mandy is one of the writers on the project. And then Bari did the beat. But he reached out to me and he was like, can I come to the release party? I'm like, yeah, like, can you just remind me who you are? He was like, I did the beat to it. And I was just like, oh my God, things took off so fast and it was just so much going on. But yeah, so shout out to Bari and Mandy who helped bring this to life. And yeah, super grateful for them.
Yeah, nah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes the vibe is a vibe and you just grab onto it. But I really like the record, man. Shout out to Earl, Adam, because they sent it to me a few days ago. And immediately heard it, and I was like, "Yeah, this is a go!" Like immediately. So I think
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's one of them joints I can run into the summer. So I feel like it's a grind out here, as you know. But you got something, so keep on going with it. My other question was about I guess because you've seen so much in the music business, being in 3LW up to now. I guess some of the biggest differences. How do you feel being independent now versus being signed in the past? Do you feel more liberated? Are you more, into that, or do you sort of miss some of the label energy that was there before? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I grew up, first of all, I'm just used to growing up. I was always signed to somebody, whether it's a production deal or something, a management of some sort. But I definitely love having the control now because, like, I'm involved with the creatives. I'm involved in hands-on with everything. So I definitely love having the control. But I'm not a know-it-all. I love taking direction. I love having my team. I'm nothing without them. And it's like we're running our own little label, actually. So it's working out perfectly.
Well, good stuff, man. Good stuff. And I think it's great that you're so like like a radio darling as well. It's
Thank
easy
you so much.
You can be like, yeah, I'm good, too good, but nah, you want some cool stuff. So shout out to you for the vibes.
Yeah, thank you. Shout out to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I do gotta agree. That might, some Erlen put in there, best flip of a 3LW. So definitely a well done sample right there. You know what I mean? So
Thank you so much.
How long have you actually now been independent?
I would say over 7 years now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that was kind of fresh when we had met the first. Because weren't you initially moving around as like Raya or something like that? Like
yeah, I was going by the artist Rye then. I was going by Rye, RY.
Okay.
And then I changed it to my real name, Miriah Renee, because Rye was just short for Mariah. So here we are.
Here we are. What's baby girl's name?
Marley Rose.
Very nice. Beautiful.
Marley Rose. Thank you.
Are you I've always wanted to know this about moms in the business. Are you creating a platform for her? Is she getting a page, or are you?
Definitely. She has her own page. Marley, we do for her birthday every year. It's called MarleyCon. We give back to the community and let the kids come out and play. We do like a mini Disneyland and just let them just live their life and just live the best they can. And every year they look forward towards it. And Marley has her own little fan base and her own pages and everything. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Are y'all going TikTok route with her?
Not yet. I want her to get a little bit older. I feel like the internet is so crazy and
yes
evil. I keep her, if you notice, if you see my pages, she's not on my main page mostly because it's just, people are just people. But yeah, she has her own stuff separate. And when she gets older, I'll have a conversation with her to see if she wants that. I just don't want to just like throw her out there to TikTok yet until I have that conversation with her.
All right, good for you. Good for you. What you got, see?
I'm wondering what the summer plans are. What you got going on for now into like August. Any shows, tours, any product launches? These days so much happens in an artist's life. What else is on your plate?
Yeah, so I actually just dropped my brand yesterday called Code 7. I have a clothing brand coming out for women, and eventually I want to expand to men as well. But yeah, just dropped some bodysuits. They're fire. We have some bathing suits coming. I'm excited for some shows, some tours coming up, and yeah, just keeping it going, really.
All right, dope stuff. And any collabos, like anybody you're looking forward to working with, or anybody that's gonna be coming out on the project that maybe you want to mention, maybe not mention, but I know how music is such a big world of talent. Anybody you want to work with?
Yeah, definitely. I want to work with Chris Brown. I want to work with some West Coast rappers, YG. I feel like that would be dope having a West Coast singer on the West Coast rapper songs again. We haven't had that in a minute. I want to work with so many people. I'm all over the place. Janae Aiko. I would love to work with Janae. Her. Yeah, the list goes on.
I feel like Kaylin for real could slide on.
Kaylin, shout out to Kaylin. We've been going back and forth trying to figure something out. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. It's funny because the LA circle, the whole music business as a whole, while it seems so big, it's very small.
It is.
And then you talk about that even furthermore with just within the LA circle. So you know what I mean? If you pop it out, you have the opportunity to work every night in LA.
You really do. You really do. And it was crazy for the activation leading up to the awards. It was crazy seeing everyone at every event. Like the industry's so big, but so small. It's just crazy.
Yeah. I want to know your thoughts too, because they say performing, especially in a place like LA, you're not so much performing in front of a lot of fans. You're performing in front of a lot of peers, right? Because it's everybody's a producer, everybody's an artist, everybody's a creative. You know what I'm saying? So any pressure with that?
Definitely. But you know what? I feel like being in a girl group kind of molded me. Like I had like Earl and Danny and DJ that they kind of, they just molded us to be ready, really. And I think it just made me be prepared. Starting off in a girl group. And so I have that confidence. And it also helps too, growing up with the people in the audience. It's like, oh, I worked with that producer back in the day. And it's just, it does help, but it is intimidating because like you said, everyone does something. So, I just pray and just give it my best shot, and it usually works.
Word. Moving around and stuff. Have you had a favorite place that you have toured or performed at that is
I would
top
say
of mind?
home. I would say out here. I would say California has been my favorite so far. Just seeing like people I grew up with from high school coming out to support me, and it just means so much.
What were your thoughts on the BET Awards this year?
I loved it. I think it was good. I love that the streamers were involved. I feel like life has changed. It's 2025. I feel like that was super cool. Having them involved. I love seeing Mariah Carey. I love the new artists, and I'm excited to see more new artists come on the stage now. I'm very excited for that.
And then which new artists are standing out to you right now?
I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. KWN. I believe she's from the UK. There's another one. What is his name? He's a rapper. I like Four Bats is dope. I think he's super dope. Yeah, I'm all over the place.
All right.
I like a lot of rap. So
okay. Hey, well, listen, congratulations on the record. Congratulations to still
Thank
be at
you.
this. Congratulations, working mom, the whole nine. You know what I mean? So
thank you so much. It was so good talking to you.
Big ups to you. What's in line for the rest of the year?
Like I said, some shows, some releases coming up, and some more of my brand drops are coming up, and some more music. I'm shooting some more music videos, and yeah, excited.
All right, man. Well, hella dope, man. The creativity off the level, off the charts right there. Like I said, I'm glad we played the video so everybody could see that. You know what I mean? Because I think it definitely just adds some more sauce to the song. You know what I mean? So
thank you.
See, you had another question out there.
Yeah, one more thing with the brand drops. I know you mentioned that twice. What exactly did you drop? And we might need one. I'm just saying.
Well, being from California, I first and foremost dropped the bodysuits for like the girls that go out to the club.
Get in that bodysuit. See, you gotta get in that bodysuit.
Yeah, the girls that go to the clubs.
Double X.
Yeah, but I low key I really like styling. Like I'll style some of my male friends and like help them put outfits together. So I really want to drop some tees for the men next to just play in that world because I really do love it. So I'm just a creative in general.
We always trying to get some free shit over here. So
yes, we're gonna send you guys something for sure. I have my pamphlets like the old days and everything. We always walk around with the bag full of t-shirts. We were handing them all out to the radio station. So we'll send you guys some stuff.
That's how you know you're a veteran. That's what's up.
Yeah, no, straight up.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
they
right.
Really
That's
appreciated
right.
that.
I'm listening, CL.
Exactly.
What up, Big Red? Big Red checking in from Dallas.
What's up, Big Red?
How you doing, Mariah? Everything all right with you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Again, DJ Big Red out Dallas. I had to go clean myself up so I could get back on the camera beat. I was like, that's a pretty woman right there. I got.
If you would have seen me before I turned this camera on, please.
All shine and everything too. I was like, let me go clean myself up right there.
No, I thought you guys were glowing. I'm like, check myself real quick.
No, but again, I wanted to say thank you for being here and chopping up with and sharing your music with us.
Thank you.
Like the 3LW sample, sounds real good. The production sounds real good on the song, and it's really catchy, just like it was, when it first came out.
Thank you so much.
Very catchy. One other thing I want to touch on is far as lyrically, far as lyrics and everything. Do you feel today, and I just want your opinion as far as other artists coming out, do you feel that the far as the market is more open for more, either I want to say more explicit, or rather it's just being, people just saying how they feel and just, hey, there's no boundaries to what we're gonna put on this track or whatever, you know what I mean? So what's your opinion about that?
Yeah, I feel like everything is just getting explicit, honestly. But what I love about this record is, men get to bash women all the time and call us all types of names. And this one, the women get to talk their shit for once. And, you know, it's okay. It's life. Things happen, and I'm just telling my story, and that's all I can do.
That's what's up. And you know, I believe you made your point. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable for me to play for men sometimes, but then they start jamming out. It's kind of undeniable, and then they end up liking it. So we're all good.
Like I said, hey, again, keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving and pushing and keep moving and grooving. I like it over here in Dallas.
Thank you so much.
You know, just to kind of touch up on that, you know, what Red's talking about, you know, for yourself as a mom, I mean, you're obviously beautiful. You got sexy swag. How do you find the balance there that, you know, you're doing you without kind of like feeling like, you know what I mean? Like you not crossing that, like that ratchet line or something like that you wouldn't want your daughter to kind of follow up on, you know what I mean?
Really just slowing down and taking time and just really just making sure I'm moving right, because, you know, I feel like if you move too fast, you mess up. So I just kind of for one, I pray so that I get a lot of direction from that. And yeah, I just, you know, make sure that, you know, I always keep first that I have a niece and a daughter at home. I raised my niece that's looking up to me, and just always try to be just a good example and a good role model.
All right, Joe. Hey, well, listen, much love, Miriah. Thank you for tapping in with us today. Super dope. Like I said,
Thank you so much.
Great
Shout out
answers.
to
You know what I
everybody.
mean? The whole nine, you know what I mean? So much love to you. We'll definitely be looking out for more to come for 2025 and beyond. And just, you know, great to see you still at it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I had recognized the name. I just know when I met you, it was like, you went by Rye Dope, I think, at the time. You know what I mean?
My socials is Rye Dope. And by the way, my socials now are, everything is Miriah Renee. Miriah Renee. Instagram, TikTok, everything. So, yep.
All right, word, man. Well, congratulations. Glad to see you still back at it, man. Great energy, great attitude, you know, great experience in this whole thing. So
Always good talking to you.
Yeah, not only for yourself, but you're going to be able to give that game to somebody coming up as well. You know what I mean? So beautiful,
Absolutely.
beautiful stuff, man. So
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You got it. Congratulations on brand new, man. We'll be definitely looking out for more, okay?
Okay. Thank you, guys.
All right, bless up. Stay safe out there in the LA streets, huh?
I will. Thank you so much.
Be hard. Normani featured on that one. Shout out to Hannah Taylor, man. Hannah Taylor having a moment right now too. I don't know if y'all saw the movie Straw, the new flick on Netflix. Did a thing in that as well. So I think the timing of the drop of the song was very good, and then the performance, she killed it. She killed it. I thought at the BET Awards as well. So, hey, no, real facts, Vaughn. Tana is the moment. She does a lot behind the scenes that I don't think a lot of people know about. I mean, from choreography to so much more, man. So, big ups to her. Big ups to her, no doubt. You know what I mean? What's up, Miss Britt?
And her man is Aaron Pierre.
Nobody care about her, man.
We do. I do care about his man. Her man is fine. I mean, talk about an upgrade. I'm gonna just leave that to myself. But yeah.
Damn. Wait. That's an upgrade from Iman Shumpert?
It is, because let me just explain. So Tiana, when she filed for divorce, she wanted to keep everything private. He was actually the one who made it so that we're all in their divorce business. But I mean, divorce records are public records. So like if a blogger or somebody wanted to pull it, they could. However, he got online. I think he started the back and forth online, right? I just think, like, I don't want to get on my soapbox because I really don't like the discussion men against women. I think that that's corny. But what I will say is that leave all your business offline, right? Because you make yourself look worse. Like, I just think that the way he handled that was corny. So like with her popping out with a new man, same with Cardi, popping out with, you know, now they try to villainize the women because they moved on, and, you know, hey, there could have been some infidelity in these relationships. We don't know. We don't know the ins and outs. But all I do know is that these hurt men will make big noise when the women have finally said, I'm done, and move on. So I'm happy for her.
Now, super good look. I think Tiana Taylor is super ill. And I definitely just going back to the BET Awards, I mean, that was such a super dope, like, produced performance she did, man. That felt like Janet Jackson in the day or something like that. You know what I mean? But big ups to Tiana Taylor, man. And if y'all haven't seen the movie Straw, Go check it out now. She did a thing in the flick as well. So big ups to homie Brian. You know what I mean? Spoon Fan Entertainment in the building. Good to see you again, brother. We got some more dope talent representing, you know what I mean, for that Rastafari. What's up, Mr. Soul Rebel? Soul Rebel, are you there? Soul Rebel Marley, are you there with us?
That's it. Greetings. Yes, sir. Big
yes,
up.
sir. Yes, sir. Big ups. Bless up, brother. How you doing?
Good man. Good man. How you doing?
Man, wonderful. Wonderful. Glad to have you on the call with us today. Some good vibes. You know what I mean? High vibrations only. How's life going, man? How's 2025 treating you?
Good man. Just released my second single, Holy Father. So just like been focused on my music, you know what I mean? And music, it's been good for me, you know what I mean? So yeah.
And then are you actually checking in from Jamaica?
Right now I'm in Miami.
Okay. Oh yeah, I heard you just did a release function over there or something like that, right?
Yeah, last night I was at Koya Taco for Rum and Bass with Walshy Fire. Like a single release party. Yeah, you know.
Yes.
Catch a vibe.
How was the turn up on a Tuesday night?
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice on a Tuesday. You know what I mean?
I don't think there's a day that's bad in Miami though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, before we got there, it was all right. But once we got there, it filled up, and then you know what I mean, got to touch the mic. And my brother Skip got to touch the mic, and my cousin Johan also touched the mic. So it was a nice night, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was one for the books right there.
Yeah.
Yes. How are you dealing with the pressure, I should say, of carrying on the Marley legacy?
There's no pressure.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like what people think is pressure is for me is like guidance, you know what I mean? So I use that as my guidance. So the pressure, there's no pressure.
I love it. And I think that definitely extends, because I only ask you that because I've asked Skip that, I've asked Ziggy that, you know what I mean? And everybody has said pretty much the same thing. So that's a beautiful thing, brother, to see that.
Yeah.
You know, no, just the passion and the confidence has been spread throughout the bloodlines.
Nah,
you know
true. It's true.
It's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. Well, listen, I want to get into this song. You want to give us a little insight into Holy Father before we go?
Yeah, well, Holy Father, it's like an Afrobeat, I'm a piano type, and it's just me really giving thanks to God for everything and just like asking for guidance on the way, you know what I mean? And it's just a good vibe.
Definitely good vibe. Check it out, y'all. Soul Rebel Marley in the building. Holy Father is the name of the joint. We here getting guidance on Digiwaxx New Music Wednesday. Check it out. Indeed.
Give thanks.
Give thanks indeed, man. Big vibes for sure, man. Thank you again pulling up. How's everything going though, man? Like I said, I think about the life, the legacy that your name carries, man, and it's just I mean, how was that for yourself? I know you say guidance, you know what I mean, but and I know no pressure, but it's just that thing goes back just so much legacy, brother. How do you take all that in?
I mean, like I could say like last summer, I would listen to the Survival album like the whole summer. So like I feel like that chapter of like my life fit that album, you know what I mean? So that's what I was really tapped into. So I feel like when you study my grandfather, it's like he could like it's timeless for real, you know what I mean? So at any point in your life, you can relate to anything. So you could always go back to that and bring it to your life, you know what I mean? So it's just piece by piece, you know what I mean? So because even for Lovin' Jah, my first single, I sampled Forever Lovin' Jah. And that's like that's a mystic in itself, you know what I mean? So it's just like you just got to carry on and know that there is a legacy, but it's not no pressure. There's no pressure. You know what I mean? We're living in it. Like, so just continue and move forward.
Has music been the idea as you came of age, or was there ever any talks of you doing something else?
I wanted to go to the NBA.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like things changed and then that dream didn't work out. So, but music was calling. So at first this is like 2016, 2017. Skip was like, he just released like Cry to Me. And then he started like releasing Lions and those songs, Calm Down, Refugee. And I was in the studio with him those times. And it's like in the studio, like I could hear the music, and like in the music, I could hear melodies. So it's just like, let me just apply this. And then obviously my family's in music. So it's like anybody, I could ask anybody and they'll give me like an honest response, honest, you know what I mean? So it's just like music wasn't my first thing. Like basketball was my thing. See that Kobe jersey, like that's like Kobe was like one of my big idols, you know what I mean? So it's just, it's like, oh, and then music has just been calling me since then. And then, yeah, music is my thing now.
Yeah. And you're fully involved, right? I mean, because you got your hands on the production of these songs too, right?
Yeah. I produce both songs, yes.
Wonderful. And then let's talk about your mom a little bit, man, because I know we got her up on the joints too, correct?
That's the queen, of course. Yeah, she's been guiding me the whole way. Like on Lovin' Josh, her idea was to put the sample in the song. So I'm like, okay, mom, let's do it.
Yeah. Do you ever run into any creative differences, like Skip telling you one thing and your mom telling you versus kind of like how you want to do something, or is it all cohesively come together?
Well, in the end, it always cohesively comes together, yes. But like, obviously, I'll have an idea, and then someone else might have a different idea. So it's like, which idea are we gonna go with? The one that mesh, the one that works. So just, but you can't like feel no way if somebody says like, nah, don't do that. Like it's just honesty.
Yeah. Now that's beautiful, man. I love to hear it. I love the family aspect of it all. So we got our brothers out there in New York. CL, special guest over there, man. What's going down? See what you got for us.
Man, it's always good to have the next generation holding the rod, the musical rod, and continuously representing. Big up to you for the music for sure. Really like the song and the direction. And my question is the inspiration to take it out of the traditional, I don't want to say traditional reggae sound, but more of what the first single was like, and then to say, you know what, let me expand my musical palette and go in a different direction. What triggered that? Where did that inspiration come from?
Well, when I was recording Lovin' Jah, I was recording Holy Father at the same time. So to me, it felt like these were like one in one, you know what I mean? So it just made sense to me. And I knew it was different than Lovin' Jah, but like, I was like, I know people will understand it, that it's just a different vibe, but it'll still like, you can still feel the music and you can still feel what I'm saying. So it's like, it just worked to me, you know what I mean? Like,
now that's beautiful, man. And have you got a chance to travel sort of around some of the continents and taking in some of that musical energy, just beyond your single? Have you got a chance to go tap into some of Africa?
Recently, no, but I definitely want to go back out to Africa. Last time I was there was 2005, Ethiopia. My grandfather's Africa Unite concert for his birthday.
That's what's up. Last question, which is a musical question. First of all, shout out to you for production. I think that's like a different thing. I know, your family, some of your family members like Steven, incredible producers. I call him like the Dr. Dre of reggae. So to take that mantle on and go with it is big. Have you guys collectively, especially amongst you and your cousins, YG and Skip, have y'all decided to put some songs together, any records together? Everybody sort of popping, Bambaataa. Everybody popping in their own right. Has that energy sort of crossed paths yet? Or is it still bubbling?
Well, can't give too much away, but definitely working, you know what I mean? So that is it.
All right, respect.
Respect. Word. Hey, well, listen, I want to get into the other song too, Lovin' Jah, just out of respect. You know what I mean? I know the Father Joint's the one that's out now, but I definitely want to show love to the first single as well, especially considering your hands are on the production, which I think is amazing. So Rebel Marley hanging out, everybody getting big love legacy. Check this one out, Lovin' Jah. This one is out as well. Ill. Super ill. Super ill. Yes. No, that is amazing with the flip on that one. Did I catch a Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us reference to that joint?
You know, in Jamaica, we said them not like us. He said they not like us, but big up Kendrick Lamar still. But you know, obviously it was around the same timing still. But
Yes. Yeah, sick with it. CL, what's good, brother?
Man, you already know, man. That record goes hard.
Super hard.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Soul Rebel in the house. You know? Yo, I got a question because you know, yard is different. A lot of people busting through. New tunes come out every day. Artists from Portland to Negril.
Mm-hmm.
Who you rate? Who you rate? You know, and I'm saying on every side you have Valiant and you have Chronics. You know, who you and the new artists? Who do you rate?
Skip Marley, Johan Marley. Who else? Mystic Marley. Bambata Marley. All of them. All my cousins. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
All right, so since you talk basketball, gotta know who's winning the finals.
Yo, right now OKC is looking like they might win it still, but if the Pacers come out strong, they can win it still. But OKC is a power still, you know what I mean? So we'll see.
I'm going with OKC too. I'm going with OKC. Sorry, we got some Indiana DJs here on the call, so I don't mean no disrespect.
Big up Indiana. Yeah, every time.
Miss GD Sweetness, what's up? You on mute, Jeannie? You on mute, Jeannie?
I can't never seem to.
There we go.
I got it right. Maybe if I have my glasses on. Big up. So Marley, how are you?
How you doing? I'm well, thank you.
So Jeannie Sweetness, representing for the Caribbean. I have a couple of questions, very different, kind of out of the box. Why basketball over football? I mean, you already have his face. You don't have his skill set. What's going on?
So you're right. Football was my first love.
See, look.
Yeah. Then basketball it was just like, yo, what's basketball? And then basketball was my thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Football was my first. Yeah.
You know, also, do you study the history of reggae, like, you know, all the way back to like King Tubby's, all the way back then till now? Do you study it?
I feel like I have to, just to like build myself up. I have to know where I'm coming from, you know what I mean? So that's how, yeah, I do.
So what producer would be like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm working with him? Someone before your time.
My Uncle Steve. I really want to work with my Uncle Steve. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like he's like one of the best producers out there.
Well,
like,
of course.
Dr. Dre of, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely.
So outside of the Marley family, or, you know.
Outside of the Marley family, I feel like the Genius would be tough.
See, now I thought that's who you were gonna say, because he's right there, you know, right there in your lane.
Yeah,
well,
super.
You down there? Why you don't, you know, just go over there right quick, see if y'all can't lay some tracks down.
Yeah, soon.
So my my final question: how important in your generation do you feel social media is, but most importantly, radios and DJs? How important is that to you and your career? Final question.
Yeah, well, who's playing the records? The DJs. Who's playing? If you're in a party, who's playing the records? Your DJ. Like, you know what I mean? The DJ and radio is so important that like you just always have to big up the DJ, big up the selector. You know what I mean? Like every time. It's just like it's just how it goes, especially in our culture. You know what I mean? So
well, I had to ask because I hear radio is dead and so on and so forth. So I said, you know, let me ask someone younger and see if everyone feels that way. So very happy to hear you say that, and not just because you're on a DJ call, but you know.
Well, you know, yeah. Well, obviously there's other platforms, but obviously you need DJs and radio is the same way. Cause
yeah, that's right.
Kind of, yeah.
Thank you so much. Positive vibes.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, thanks. Jeannie, sweetness.
That's me. How you mean?
Big up, big up.
What's up, Miss Brittany?
Oh, Rebel, that was a awesome record that we just heard. Like, awesome record. I can't wait for it to see numbers. My question is, do you have any rituals or anything that you do to put you in the frame of mind before you get ready to record? Is there anything like you have to do first before you step in or before you put pen to paper?
No, not really, because it could be just randomly. Because one time I have this song called Tribal War, and I was listening to my brother while he was working out. He was playing Burning Spear. And then in the song, he kept saying war, war. And I just put down this voice note real quick, this melody, and then I brought that into the studio, you know what I mean? So it don't have to be like, I don't really need like this and that in the studio just to, you know what I mean? Just have a nice vibe, set the lights, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's
I set the lights. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, incense. Okay. Whatever gets you in the mood. But I just wanted to know, because like when I think about the music that you're putting out, it just seems like it's so well thought out. And I know that like sometimes inspiration comes to you from different avenues, maybe something that you've heard before, maybe a passing conversation. So what advice would you give to any young reggae artist now that maybe is lacking self-confidence in themselves or not seeing the music being pushed the way that it should?
Well, I think first you have to believe in yourself, you know what I mean? And then once you believe in yourself, like anything's possible. So just believe in yourself and just keep going. Don't stop.
Don't stop. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Brittany.
So I know, Rebel, a lot of your family come from true musicianship, and there's a lot of talk now about AI, and a lot of people are supporting that in music. So I would love to know your thoughts on it.
I don't really rate AI in music, but I'm interested to see like how the next 5 years is gonna be with AI. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how it's gonna be, but I don't like AI writing music. No, I don't know. And I don't know about that. Yeah.
So an AI tech company comes and drops a bag on you and they say, we want the rights to your voice. What we doing?
Burning the bag.
Burning the bag. There it is. Much respect. Yeah. Indeed. Well, listen, family, thank you so much for joining us today. Amazing vibes, amazing music. Not at all in the least would I expect anything else. You know what I mean? Like I said, going up to your grandpa, going up to everybody involved, the legacy and the bloodline is just amazing. So honored to have you with us here today, brother. And just looking forward to so much more to come. So before we let you go, I know if anybody wants drops or potential other interview opportunities, make sure to tap in with Brian with Spoonfed Entertainment. He'll be taking care of everybody. What's the move? We're now in June. What's the rest of 2025 looking like?
Summer just started, so we got more on the way. So more music on the way, just staying consistent in the studio, you know what I mean? And yeah.
Are you spending most of your time in Miami these days?
Yeah, Miami and different places.
Okay. Yeah. Nah, but big ups yourself, man. Thank you so much again for joining us. Again, everybody, tap in with Brian if you're looking for more, more interviews, drops, whatever. And definitely looking for more music, man. Much respect due.
I give thanks. Maximum respect.
Indeed. Much love, brother.
Love.
Come on. Today. It's
I hope you don't mind, y'all, but I feel like that one needs a replay. You know what I mean? That one felt too good.
Come on, come on.
Shout out Quantum sending that one in.
Lovely day. Lovely, lovely day. Lovely day. It's gonna be tonight. It's gonna be a lovely day. And I know it's gonna be.
Vibes, all vibes, all vibes. Yes, sir. Love going out to Quantum. Now, was that one on your show? Or was that one on Remedy?
Nah, I threw it over there to Remedy. So I got a, I got a music package this past week. So I got a few things in there, but I slid that over there to him already, of course. But yeah, that was Jill Scott, really tall black guy. Lovely Day remix, obviously Bill Withers remake. So yeah, y'all loving that shit.
Yeah, no, that's super. That's like you hope Kai Cenat would play that for the youngsters so they'll fucking believe it. Because other than that, they're gonna say we old heads fucking with that song. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know how he get in this. Who is this dude, man? Like who
okay, so you gonna play like you don't know who Kai Cenat is?
I'd heard his name, man. I'm just trying to is he the new he the one, he the new Pied Piper for everybody? Like who?
I mean, he the new voice of the youngsters. You know what I mean? He listen, we talk about a lot how radio doesn't have the impact anymore when it comes to music. People are turning to these streamers, Kai Cenat, Drewski for breaking of records, whatever the case may be, and so like I said, all of us of a certain age, we fuck with that song, and if that were to get into the hands of Kai Cenat, it probably blows up, you know what I mean, on another level. It's just that funky influencer space we're in today. You know what I mean? It's I don't really know what more to say.
It's unfortunate, but yeah, that was just
unfortunate. But super ill. Thank you for sending that one in. I know we got another one coming up. See how y'all living out there in New York? Y'all all right over there?
Moving and grooving over here. Places starting to get a little crowded and whatnot. We just chilling. Now, who was that last record? Because people was sort of going crazy over here.
It was Jill Scott, and it's called Lovely Day. That was the talk.
Very good. Okay, that was nice. Had everybody vibing over here, but it's cool, man. New York, we chilling out and trying to hear some new joints, some more new records. A lot of music came out in the last week. Of course, when the BET Awards comes out, everybody's trying to drop something. So I seen a lot of records come out besides the Wayne album, but good shit from Jill Scott. And that's it, man. Back to the original conversation we had today. I stand in solidarity with everybody whose family, which everybody's family, nobody's originally from America. We were talking about the ICE raids earlier today. The most ridiculous thing in this country is what's happening just with everything. Federal dollars being taken away from Medicaid, from programs that are needed. I seen one big story about the Job Corps program where the money was taken away. Of course, public radio, public TV, a lot of bullshit, man. And I'm just saying, I stand in solidarity with everybody who's either affected or been affected by whatever this administration is doing. It's only for a time. Stand strong. We'll get through it. Things will get better. And I'm a land on that. I know I went left, but that's what's on my mind.
No, see, that's a perfect message, man. Like, we all got to stay prayed up and, look after each other. And then, like I always say, man, health is wealth. Make sure everybody take care of their health, man. Get checkups, 3 months, 6 months, just to make sure you're okay, man. Because, everybody's dependent on each one of us, our family members, friends, or colleagues. And so, that's a great message, man. Like, we all got to stand as one.
100%. 100%.
I was going to also say that Doechii, when she accepted her award, also made mention of what was happening right outside of the BET Awards in LA. and she used her platform, as does Kalani, use their platforms when they're speaking out against injustices. And I love to see artists using their platforms to speak about others and the well-being of others, and not just being selfish in their moments. So shout out to Doechii. She handled that with grace.
Yo,
What up, Big Red?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. See, yeah, that's good. That we can show support in the situation that's going on, and I believe a lot of people into politics the wrong way. They believe that politics is supposed to work for a certain group, not all. You know what I mean? They don't understand that when you point one finger, you got the other three pointing back. So the things you do, you got to make sure that you make it balance it as best as you can. Because when you think you're hurting one, you're hurting a whole lot more other people. And then with the ice raids that's going on right now, which I think is crazy. I haven't seen this happen in any other country, to where they're going to snatch you out your house and send you back to a country you know nothing of. You know what I mean? I believe that's crazy, that as a country that we're allowing this to happen, and then to the point that when you want to stand up and voice your opinion against it, then they want to send the U.S. Marshals and a lot of troops to shut you down, to make you be quiet. When you have the opportunity to voice and you have a right to protest, you know what I mean? So I believe that this president that we have is not for us. And hopefully I can say God bless everybody who is withering this storm that we're going through right now with him.
Brandon, did you want to chime in right there, brother?
Yo, what's going on? Yeah, it's DJ Big Show Brandon out here in Atlanta, Georgia. I wanted to chime in on the BET Awards and Lil Wayne. CL hit me on the text, and I was thinking, this is my first time coming on this phone call. I'm launching Get Money DJs, and I was looking for a way to partner up with CL. He invited me on the phone call, so I appreciate you inviting me. But I heard something on the phone call, wanted to share some information I knew about. So Lil Wayne's tour that they launched in New York City, that was the start of his Carter 6 tour. And one of the opening artists is Belly Gang Cushington from Atlanta, who's one of the biggest artists out of Atlanta right now. One of the biggest artists. He got that trap flow. He ain't talking about killing nobody. He really just getting some money, doing some sideways pimping maybe, and just bring it back. He had in the merch that Nipsey Hussle spirit. He sold $100 t-shirts to promote his album. I sent CL his record that goes hard in the clubs. I was just in Anderson, South Carolina. They fucked with him heavy on that Friend Do record. I just sent CL. So I want to share and thank y'all for inviting me.
Yo, to your knowledge, did the show happen in New York? Because it was supposed to happen on the 6th.
So it was on the Joe Budden podcast. I am a Joe Budden podcast Patreon, and they actually talked about on the podcast this morning where they were 2 hours late for the show. DJ T-Lou, shout out to DJ T-Lou, who's from Jackson State, my rival school. That's my guy. He produces music. His set was first, and then Wayne came out. But if you want to hear a full review of the show, just listen to the Joe Budden podcast. He did a breakdown. Ice did a breakdown on the podcast today.
Okay, but you're saying the show did happen on the 6th in New York.
According to Ice, yeah. On the Joe Budden podcast, he broke it down.
Wow.
And from everything I saw it on T. Lou's gram too. On DJ T. Lou, I saw it on his Instagram. He was really excited to be, he's from Mississippi, so being in Mississippi in New York, he was really excited about it. So I saw it on his gram.
Wow. Yeah, we didn't hear much about that because that was supposed to be the big release party, kickoff of the tour, and it just didn't seem like there was much buzz about it.
That's why you need your Atlanta correspondent, DJ Big Show, and to Get Money DJs to tap in and give y'all the whole Atlanta breakdown. Y'all East Coasters, man.
So Raymond, are y'all talking about Lil Wayne?
Yes. Lil Wayne,
Yeah, so-
with the release of his album on the 6th, was supposed to be having a big concert at MSG in New York.
Yeah, but didn't they say? I thought people were talking about it because like LL Cool J came on stage and did like.
I mean, this is why we asking. Like I said, I mean, did you see any of that, or did it happen?
I heard about it. I'm not a Lil Wayne, but I did hear that like that day.
I said that.
Like,
Lil
Wayne
on the
was
podcast. What's his name? LL Cool J came out. According to Ice, officially Ice on Twitter. If you want to hit him up, you can verify when he said it.
Yeah, but when it happened, people were talking about it. Is what I'm saying. That was like a couple weeks ago or a week ago. So that's why I was like, I thought y'all was maybe talking about something else, but they said that happened like a week ago.
No, like Friday, 5 days ago.
I wonder if just maybe wasn't no cameras allowed in there or something like that, because you would think it's something as big, especially around.
It was Madison Square Garden. It looked like a whole concert to me.
I mean, all right. What did you have any feelings on the Lil Wayne album, Brandon?
See, I listened to the whole album. I felt some type of way when I hear people saying they rate the album and not listen to the whole album. I went to Southern University, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I was there. I know people from 17. I know people from St. Aug's High School. Like I know, like I'm a Jaguar through Louisiana representing. So it hurts my heart, and it's really like a decent album, and it's really and CL had a great point. If you had spent that $100,000 and had the people online beat the narrative, that would have helped a lot. Because it just started with a few people saying online they didn't like it without even listening to the album after 6 tracks, and then it just snowballed. It became trendy. But when I listened to it, it was decent. I mean, it was decent. There was maybe the better song he put out, though. I feel like he didn't put his best work out in a while. He's put out better songs this year. Like that song he put out with Tigers is better than any song he got on his album. Besides that Big Sean feature.
Yeah,
I give it it's regular. I'm on a scale of Hall of Fame, lit, and regular album. It ain't lit. It ain't Hall of Fame. It's just regular.
It seems to be the consensus. What you got for us, Miss Jeannie?
Yeah, so I read up right quick, and he did perform at Madison Square Garden on the 6th, and he headlined it himself, and he brought out LL, as was previously stated, and Corey Guns. So he's going to take a few weeks off and then kick off the rest of his tour, according to Billboard online. Yeah, I'd say the best thing about the album so far would be that I haven't listened to it yet, just based on what everybody else is saying. Thank you.
Yeah, like I said, that seemed to be the consensus from a lot of people. They was watching people basically shit on the project online, so not even really anybody gave it a chance. You know, we played a couple of records. Matter of fact, shout out DJ Dab. I had this one queued up, only because you know what I mean. Seemed to be a little controversy around the song. Perhaps Nicki taking some shots at Jay, Rock Nation with this remix. Peep this out, y'all. The initial song banned from Menno. On the album as a whole, we got Nicki Minaj on the remix right there. What's up, Jeannie? What you got?
Yeah, I don't understand what's wrong with it. I mean, I don't understand why it's just not getting good reviews. So someone please enlighten me, because I thought it was pretty okay.
The album or the song?
This song, this remix.
That's the reason why it's getting bad reviews, because you can't have an album with 4 good songs. You gotta have more than 4 good songs.
Yeah, if you got a no skip song, hey, a no skip album, it's a good album. If you got some skipping going on, not a good album.
That's subjective though, because I might skip a song that you love and you might not skip a song that I hate. So
true.
I'm not saying that, yes, like it's not the best Carter. And I said that when I said it before. I said it was a decent album. I don't think it deserves the criticism that it's getting, but I definitely don't think that it should be put in the Hall of Fame of Lil Wayne albums at all. This song in particular, Nicki Minaj took a shot at Shannon Sharp. If you want to say it was a shot, said if I send you a picture of Shannon, it means you're not that sharp. And a fan had tweeted Shannon and was like, this is why you need to have Nicki on your podcast, right? To talk about whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he responded, Nicki who? Now I know Unc is almost 60, but he be messing with them young girls, so he should know who Nicki Minaj is. However, that's one of the reasons why this
he know what he doing. He's stirring the pot.
Exactly. But yeah, I doubt that Nicki Minaj would go sit down with Shannon Sharp, especially with everything he's got going on in the court system. But this song definitely did help that gas the album a little bit more. I think the first 2 tracks on the album are great. I think the intro to the album was phenomenal. Then I think as the album progressed, it started to kind of like lose its gas along the way, if you will, but it's a decent album.
Yeah, I just think there was a lot of expectation around it. It is the 6th installment of the Carter. It had been teased for so long, and then people got what they got. I think, like I said, a lot of people were expecting, I don't want to say old Lil Wayne, but I mean, if you look at the previous Carters, we've gotten some radio hits out of it, or we've gotten some songs that have stuck, and it doesn't feel like anything on this project is gonna stick. So, but like I said, it just really points out an interesting fact in the way online tore it down, and it really prevented people from making their own judgments from it. And it's just crazy because that's the fight a lot of these artists are in today. You know what I mean? Like if the wrong narrative goes, people ain't even giving it a chance. Shit is nuts. I can't remember if I played this one for us or not. Can't. What you got, Big Show?
That's it. I was saying, if you would have sat down on, imagine we talked about Kai Cenat earlier. Kai Cenat 23 years old. So Kai Cenat really don't know a lot of stuff. You 10 years old. I teach in middle school. They into a whole nother world, man. Especially nowadays. These young kids, they not tapped in. But imagine if Wayne would have sat down with Kai Cenat and did the album listening session, or just like broke the album there. He could have beat the narrative. He got to get in front of the narrative. Hope that's just a reminder for all the other artists, because I'm going to give it like a lit. I would actually upgrade to lit. It's not Hall of Fame. It's a lit record.
But again, as a full body of work, because I will say, Britt, everybody kind of had that same narrative. About 4 songs on there that they rock with. You know what I mean? So, but as a whole body of work, it was a lot of skips. What you got, Jeannie?
I do apologize. I missed the Kai Cenat earlier, but something that I run into in our generation of music is not wanting to keep reintroducing yourself, believing that the next generation is automatically going to know who you are. I think that my opinion, because I didn't realize that was Wale either, but my opinion is you're supposed to be building a legacy, right? So who are you bringing up behind you? And when you're touring, are you putting them out there? Because that's how the younger generation gets to know you, is through relationship with people who are, in their generation. And Wale, I'm sorry, I just haven't seen him, putting music out. I haven't seen him on social media and so on and so forth. So I think that we have an ego and we have a sense of entitlement. And unfortunately, that's not where they are. They're just not, like when Nicki said in store in that song. And I was just thinking to myself, I don't think that the next generation understands what an in store is. They just don't. As he just said, go to Kai Cenat. If you were on Kai Cenat, then you definitely would have gotten, a better reception. But unfortunately, again, just the egos and the attitudes in our generation, I mean, it's just not going to get you in front of the younger people. And our generation, again, is getting older, So who are you going to play your music for? I don't know. But anyway, that's my Kai Cenat take on it. I didn't know that was Wale either.
Kid Capri in the building. What up, y'all?
Kid Capri in the building. What up?
What's happening? What's happening?
How we doing, man? We recover? We doing all right?
I just left the acupuncture, just left the chiropractor. I'm feeling like 100%. I'm all right.
All right, good for you.
I've been messed up for these last few days, but I'm good.
All right. Well, listen, thank you for thugging it out right there for the BET Awards. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That was the dope shit.
Oh.
How hard was it not to laugh during Kevin Hart's freestyle? Oh, I think he froze.
Well, in other news, as we wait for Kid Capri to get back, do realize Slick Rick is coming out this Friday.
Yeah. He was actually supposed to be on the car with us these past 2 weeks. Unfortunately, he's had to reschedule.
Pardon me, I just got cut off for a second. I'm good now.
Yeah, no worries. Nah, we were just saying how hard was it not to lose your shit and laugh with Kevin Hart freestyling right there.
Yo, man, I was back there dying laughing while I was in pain too, because I was doing that in agony, man. I wanted to quit, to tell you the truth, but he had me cracking up back there. Matter of fact, I was laughing so hard they didn't even get that part. I'm glad they didn't, because it was funny as hell.
Well, like I said, man, glad you was able to stick it out. As always, much respect from the fans right here, Digiwaxx, one of the great legendary DJs, original DJs, putting this down, man. What exactly happened? Because I just heard you kind of talking a little bit. Did you get sick or you had an injury?
No, I got a quarter pinch nerve in my neck.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That's why I didn't go to the BET Awards, man. I wasn't going to do that 5-hour flight in that pain, so I just did it at home, and I'm glad I did. So I got a chance to watch it on television.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. What did you think of it this year?
I thought it was good. I thought it was put together real good. I thought they definitely with the 106 and Park segments and basement segments, that was real dope. All the honorees, Snoop, and it was just really good the way they did it. And it gets better every year. When I hosted it in 2023, it was a real big deal because the writers was on writer's strike. So when Jesse Collins asked me to host and curate all the groups and put everything together, that was a real big moment. So I got a chance to do that. It seemed like it just got better from there.
No, that's beautiful. Shoot, I damn near forgot about that, man. Much respect indeed. Much respect indeed. Well, congrats again, man, on everything. As we always say, we even had Vina back on the show last week. You know what I mean? So, I know, you got to be super proud father as well. Just kind of seeing that all come together. What Vina working on right now, and are you involved in the new stuff?
Nah, she's working on her stuff. She's doing what she's doing. I got my record live from New York out right now, so I'm on my move right now. I let her do what she do, man. She's been working since we did the Uptown record. She's been on her own thing, making it happen. And before that, so it wasn't a thing about I was going to be over her career the whole time. It was about just letting the people get a chance to see her talents. And that record Uptown really did it good for us. So she's just working and trying to climb and do what she got to do and just understand what the business is about. It's not an easy thing. It's not an overnight thing. For some people it is, but for the ones that's going to last long, you're going to really have to work and stay in it. So she's understanding that, and she showed me a lot throughout the years, so she'll be able to handle it. As far as I'm concerned, I got this new record out. It's boiling up right now. All the DJs is calling me all over the country for it. They adding it to a lot of places, so I'm real happy about it. It's definitely a record that's representing New York. We ain't had one since the Jay-Z and Alicia Keys Empire State record. So this one right here is definitely for, it's for worldwide, but it represents New York in a heavy way.
All right, word. Well, let's go on and bump it. We can't leave out Scarlett. Too.
Scarlett, absolutely.
Yeah. So check it out, y'all. Kid Capri, live from New York, New Vibes, Peep Gang. Live from New York. You know what I mean? Shout out again to legendary Kid Capri. Speaking of live from New York, what's going down out there? See, yeah, we got more and more people filling up over there.
Oh, yeah, it's going down. Shout out to everybody in the studio.
Oh, we live from New York.
What's up, CL?
What up, kid? You already know.
Yo, shout out to Kid Capri, man, the legendary, the Kid Capri. It's your man, Big Veg. You know what time it is, man. CL, man, what's shaking?
Oh, you already know, man. Shout out to Kid. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the New York Energy.
To New York.
Yeah, man. We was. I had to ask. So, Kid, because I know this is like a New York anthem, and it's running up. It's going past the Knicks run.
Right.
But what did the Knicks run mean to you? Like, what do the Knicks mean to you? And this the energy that we're bringing now. I mean, you've been a lifelong New Yorker. What do the Knicks mean to Kid Capri?
I mean, the Knicks is, it's the garden spot. It's our team. It's in the garden spot of the world. For as far as we concerned, it represents the city. So when the Knicks and MSG reached out for me to do the promotion for the record wasn't even out yet, and it just fell into my lap. So it was a perfect timing, but I didn't want to go all the way with it in case the Knicks lost. I didn't want it to become a narrative of this is a New York Knicks record, because it really wasn't. It represented New York, but the Knicks was so graceful to even to make sure that I took advantage of the situation, but not go too far past in case they would have lost and become a different narrative. So yeah, so since then, and then that's why I held the video as well. So this way, when after the next situation goes, whether they would have winning or lost or won, whatever the situation was, I had the video ready. So that worked out as well, and it's doing good. It's doing good on social media. I know that definitely.
No, I think it's divine timing because the record's going past their run, and it feels like the energy's going up. You know what I mean? The videos all over social media. I see people putting it in their joints and their stories. So
knocking and all that.
Yeah, so it's going past their run. And no, shout out to you, man, for continuing to make music and put it out there for the streets with no real I got an agenda. Yeah, no,
ain't no agenda. And to tell you the truth, the music that I'm about to follow up with is going to shock the world. I got a lot of incredible things I'm about to bring out there, but it's never been an agenda of this is going to happen or I'm going to be this rap. None of that. It was about putting music in the world that means something. We got a time right now where you get 60,000 records a week. Everybody's swimming. Nothing's sticking. DJs, a lot of DJs that I see, they're not breaking the records because a lot of records don't have soul in it. Everybody's trying to keep up to everybody else. When you don't become a legend because you sound like somebody else or be somebody else. You become a legend when you contribute to culture. So that's what I'm trying to do, contribute to culture like I've always done. So with this record right here, it just represents where I come from, where I come from, but it also gives a feeling for the world to hear and enjoy. And as you see, I say we live and worldwide on it as well. So this is not about leaving other states out. All my life, I traveled all over the country, all over the world, and been on everybody's stages. So I've been supported from every state. And I got love for everybody in the world that I've been working with and been involved with and be able to please the fans for. But this right here was about New York. This is about, we needed something to uplift us, at this time. And maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't, go as far, or I hope it does, but my intentions is always good. So that's where it came from. And I hope it does good.
I had a quick question, kid. What's next for this record? Bouncing off of your last answer, can we expect maybe like a remix? Maybe.
Yeah, I got as a matter of fact, glad you said that. I got the Live from New York Club remix coming. So people probably would have thought I would have came with a rap remix, which I was thinking about putting some New York artists on this version, but I got a club version that's coming, and it's pretty crazy. As a matter of fact, I'll give y'all right now. I'll give y'all a preview of it if y'all can hear it. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to hear it, right?
We might not be able to hear it, but I have to share the audio real quick so you can give you the audio, Jack. Because
let me see if it works.
Let's try it. Let's try it.
Let's try it one time and see if it works.
This is New York. Back from New York. This is New York. Back from New York.
I gotta share that joint, man.
Can y'all hear it?
You're not getting it. We only get.
I want to send it to CL and CL's gonna be
send it to me and I'll play it. Word up. We'll do that.
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
One last question before I pass it over to Quantum. The state of radio, in your opinion. What's the state of radio in your opinion? And what needs to happen to the airwaves from the DJ perspective? I need to know the state of radio in your opinion to help it evolve.
I made a comment that said that radio don't dictate what's hot anymore, but it can make you a superstar. And the reason why that is because at one time, mix show DJs was able to break records. Now mix show DJs have to play the records that's in rotation of the radio station. So with that being said, how is a lot of records being broken or being heard when you're hearing the same thing? And when you do play the records that you're allowed to play, if you're a major DJ in that city, some DJs are, the lower level or whatever level you want to call them, they don't get a chance and opportunity to spread the wings that they want to spread. So what happens is you only get a certain amount of things that matters to that station. When you listen to when I had my show on Sirius XM Fly, I played the new with the old. I played whatever's good. It's never a new and old thing. It's what's good with me. So when you heard my show, it's so exciting because you got a variety, you got colors. But if we trying to play the same thing all the time, not even the same thing all the time, we playing something for a day or two, unless it's a record that you told you have to play, how can anything break? You know what I'm saying? Spiking somebody's record and playing their record and saying I played it, okay, that's cool. Appreciate that. But if you put, especially, if you put a record out that's decent, that's really good, it's better than the record that they playing in rotation. A lot of times these records that they playing in rotation, they're paid for. And they're not necessarily good, but you'll hear them all the time. And then the good record won't get the light that it's supposed to because it don't have all this money behind it. So that's what kind of messed it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to DJs to stand on their 10. You know what I'm saying? Don't accept anything. Don't go with the flow. Don't just do whatever they tell you. Because what's going to make you any special? If I was to do everything everybody told me and said yes to everything, and went along with everything, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in. I would be a go with the flower. You know what I'm saying? Doing whatever they do. Put me on any part of the flyer you want. Put me on this side of the stage. When it comes to radio, I can't play what I need to play, what I think is dope. You know what I'm saying? If I can't be the DJ, then what's the sense? That's been my problem with radio. You know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, there's DJs that's great, that's able to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And when they do it, they show they have colors to it. So it's up to you, man. It's up to you how you have your relationship with your program directors out there. Sometimes you may get locked into thinking that the fans don't want to hear something else, but that's not true. That's not true. That's what breaking records is all about. You know what I'm saying? Understanding not just being a DJ, but being a fan. Being a fan of it. I'm a fan of what I do. I'm not just the person on stage. When I'm on stage, I'm looking at myself and how I would want to feel if I'm in the crowd and I paid to see somebody. How would I want to feel when I see me? That's how I think. And that's what makes me so great on stage. So that's how you got to think in your DJing when you're doing your radio. You can't let nobody dictate to you how to be you. That's I don't want to answer too long, but that's how, that's how I see it.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead. See. No, I was just gonna say, I think for someone with your length in the game, that's a given. Unfortunately, where we're at right now in the state of radio, it's kind of been a sad, I don't even want to call it a progression or rather a degression, because it's just very much, here's your Bible of music, you play. We got a lot of radio stations, ain't even got mix shows no more. So the opportunity to even break a record is not even there anymore. You know what I mean? So I love and I respect everything you're saying, and I wish it could be true. But I feel like Sirius is the only place you kind of really can get away with that today. I don't see much of that going on traditional FM. And do you think we can get back
and that's what I'm saying. It's not the DJ's fault. Yeah. It's not the DJ's fault. This not saying that this is the DJ's fault. I'm fighting for the DJ like I've always done. My point, you asked me what I think radio is. So, or how I think it's moving or what I think about it. And that's what I think about it. Now, as far as whose fault it is, that's left to be said, but it ain't the DJ's fault at all, because the DJs could do what they wanted to do, they would. You know what I'm saying? So, I get it. I understand it's a business, but at some time, when you let people be people, you'll find some of the greatest things happen. You'll find some 100%. Of the greatest things happen that you never even envisioned. And somebody that lives on the other side of the country that really doesn't do what you do or dictating to you how to do you. You follow what I'm saying? And that's where the mess up comes because they don't live the life. They're not in the club every night. They're not working in the street. They're not talking to the people. They're trying to hold a position. You see what I'm saying? So they got to go in and force their position. But at the end of the day, you're the one that drives whatever you're driving to that radio station, not the program director. In my position, in my opinion. The program director drives what he drives when it comes to rotation. When it comes to breaking the record, that's on the DJ.
No, I agree. And unfortunately, I feel like in the state of radio today, a PD is really more of a glorified babysitter. I don't even think they got much say in what records is actually getting played today. So, CL, I know you had some more out there from New York.
No, I was just saying, two things. One, yeah, kid, you probably should do a state of the DJ address every month, just to give everybody insight, inspiration, and let everybody know what's really going on from your mind and the ultimate DJ. And two, I just wanted to say shout out to Dot Hip Hop, man, who's our partners, and they wanted to have me gift you a free domain name. Kid Capri.hip-hop is actually a very honoring thing. It's a complete business, man. .hip-hop is a domain company, but a special domain name that's a Web3 based domain name as well. And they want to give you your own name, Kid Capri.hip-hop, as a gift. So just wanted to honor you with that. They were excited to see you, and yeah, it's a big deal. So I'll connect you with them later. But for them to give you your own business basically is a big deal. So
that's dope. And the first thing too, me and you need to connect on. We'll talk about that too, as far as which is the first thing you said about doing some kind of curation or something. Where we could talk to the DJs, a state of the art, state of the DJ joint. Because a lot of DJs do need to be enlightened on certain things. So I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great piece, man. Every month, it'd be like Kid Capri State of the DJ address. And you talk about the state of the DJ. And that's just be that.
All right, we're gonna talk more about that. But I appreciate y'all's support, man. Yeah.
Could I get a request real quick? Before 2027, maybe, can we get at least an EP, 7 songs at least? KRS and you on an EP.
Ooh,
yeah, me and Chris talked about doing that before. You just never got a chance to do it. Well, yeah, that's nothing to do. That's easy. Did y'all see the 20-minute block party thing we did on YouTube? We did a thing where he took my 52 Beats breaks mixtape, but then I redid it over. And he rhymed on it for 20 minutes. We did a short video to it, but it's a 20-minute thing called Kid Capri and KRS Block Party. If y'all pull it up on YouTube, you'll see it is fishy joint. But we've been talking about doing that for a long time. But he's busy, I'm busy, schedules getting, conflicted. And but yeah, I was supposed to go with him to London, as a matter of fact. We were supposed to do London last week.
Okay. I just think it would. I was listening to you guys' last albums, his couple years ago, yours. And I was just like, man, that combination needs to happen again. Because the only time I remember that combination on record was on Return to Boom Bap. And I just think right now would be a great time if you two would just, like I said, at least 7 songs. It ain't got to be long, at least just 7 tracks.
Yeah, you're right.
And him. That's it. And look, if you do it, Quantum Leap Radio gave you inspiration to do it.
Nah, I got you. No doubt. For sure. Well, shit, man. Listen, man. I hope all of y'all like the record. I hope y'all support the record, man. I hope y'all, you know what I'm saying? Don't support it because it's Kid Capri. Support it because you really like it. You know what I'm saying? And if you really like it, that means you're going to really give your best performance for it when you give it to the world, wherever you in front of your crowds or wherever you in front of your, got the people listening to you, you're going to give your best presentation of it. That's how I do when I play music. I always try to get the best presentation, even if it's a record that's old. I try to make it sound like it's relevant, you know what I'm saying? And because that's how I said it, I don't get caught in new and old things. I always try to focus on what's good. And that's timeless to me. So, but you got to feel what you feel. I can't tell you how to feel. Nobody could tell you how to feel. You know what's good in your professional way of doing things. That's why you're here doing what you do. And you're the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? Somebody likes what you do. So this is not me telling you to do it because Kid Capri is telling you to do it. I'm telling you to do it in your professional liking and what makes you good and what you do. You know what your ammo should be, whether it's my music or anybody's music, and that's the truth of it. So from that angle, I hope you get what I'm saying.
No, 100%. 100%. If you got time, maybe got two more quick questions.
Yeah.
What's up, Miss Britt?
Hey, Kid Capri, how you doing?
I'm good, sister.
Good. Thanks for joining the call.
Absolutely.
We've been talking a lot about AI, right?
Mhm.
And I recently came across an artist that I really had liked. And then I was like kind of devastated to find out that it was like not even a real person. It was an AI. So like what advice would you give to the DJs? I think we lost them. Are you here?
He might just froze, but sounds like he's still with us. Yeah.
I'm sorry. There I go.
Okay.
I'm in the basement, so it's a little weird in here.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't. Go ahead. Just say it again.
Okay. I was saying that we've been talking a lot about AI on the calls, right? And a lot of these producers, they're pushing their AI models, they're pushing, or these record labels or the streaming platforms. So I just I found an artist that I liked, and then I was devastated to find out it wasn't even a real person. So what would you say to the DJs that are like listening through music, going through music, and like not even knowing the difference between like an AI and a real artist? And would you support an AI artist?
I support whatever's good. So whether you like the fact that AI is here or not, it's here. And whether we do it or don't do it, somebody's going to do it. So you're going to walk around the earth being mad at people for no reason because it's going to get done no matter what. If that's the case, we should be real turntablists should be mad that Serato came out. They should be mad that the push buttons came out with the controllers. I don't use controllers. I'm still on turntables. Am I mad that controllers came out? No, it's to each his own. It's not something I do. You choose what you want to choose. But change is going to happen whether you want to keep up with the change or don't want to keep up with the change. You see what I'm saying? You have a choice to do what you want to do and like what you want to like, but it doesn't mean it's going to stop because you don't like it. So either you find the best way for it to work for you or you leave it alone. But complaining about it ain't going to do nothing but make you look like a hater. Even if you're right. Even if you're right. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you're right.
Even if you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't even do it to yourself. Just don't deal with it or deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
All right. That's solid. All right.
There you go.
I guess I'll give it another try.
Give it another try. And see how it go. I mean, like I said, shit. There's flying cars now. Okay, it's flying.
Would you get in one?
Hell no. Negative. That's what I'm saying. Not everything is everybody, but it doesn't mean it ain't gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that flying cars ain't gonna happen because I'm never gonna get in one. See what I'm saying? So complain about it, you don't.
If I see you in a flying car, Kid Capri, I'm gonna come be like, I told you so. I told you so. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Big Red out of Dallas.
Hey, how you doing, DJ Kid Capri? How you doing, sir?
What's happening, Red?
Got it, man. Hey, I just want to give you your flowers for being one of our DJ pioneers on the call.
Yes, sir.
And brother, I just want to say I've been a fan ever since I was in junior high, sneaking and watching Def Comedy Jam. You know what I mean? So I'm talking about it. Every time I heard you call your name Kid Capri, I was like, oh, Def Comedy Jam coming on. You know what I mean?
Means a lot, bro.
Been a fan since, man. And then being just basically real quick, so I won't hold you up. As far as being a DJ first and what gets you in that mode to, come up with your songs, and then what programs are you using?
I use Machine. I mean, I have everything, but I use Machine. But it's not really a mode. It's more like a you know what? It's more of an inspiration. You hear something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hear something and then I know when to draw the picture from it. So it's like that. And sometimes I can sit around and stuff and don't do nothing. I just got to be around it. You know what I'm saying? It could be days I don't do shit. I just got to block. You know what I'm saying? But on days when I'm on, It's really on. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on how you separate your time. But it's all the individual. It's all how you feel. You may be a person that could just jump on it right now and just do it. You know, sometimes I get in that mode. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just lazy.
Okay. Me being right now, I'm going to school at Full Sail to do producing and for his audio engineering. So I'm trying to, now we got to start putting music together. So I'm like, I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. I'm like, man, how do you get in this mode to just come up with some good music? You know what I mean? I can play good music all day long, but just to make it and produce it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is a whole.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, and this may sound a little cold. It ain't for everybody, but everybody want to do it. So it's got to be in you. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a funny ass comedian and you're not funny, right? You may be inspired, right? But you may go out there and make yourself look crazy as hell trying to do that shit. It ain't for you. So it's got to be it's got to be your passion, number one. You know, you got to be willing to have patience to learn. Can't start at the top. You know what I'm saying? You got to start from the bottom and grow and grow and grow. And then you look back, you appreciate it the same way you did with your DJ business. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't given to you. You had to work for it. So same, that goes for anything. With production, you have to understand that it's not about you. It's never, with entertainment, period, it's not about you. When they cut the light out, you'll be standing in your house talking about you're a star by yourself. So you have to learn what people like. When you make music, it's got to be about what they like. Or you'll be having a bunch of music in your basement that'll be just there with you.
Thanks. I appreciate your answers. Thank you very much for being on the call, K Capri. And the next time you come, my boy Razor Boy cut you up the last time you came to Dallas. He gave you that. So, hey, big shout out, man. Thank you very much for coming through.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I'm in here doing the session. I wish I could be on longer, but can we do a second call, CL?
Your Kid Capri, how you gonna ask me a stupid question like that?
Yeah, you come back anytime you want.
We supposed to be doing every month. We try to do an address. You know what I mean?
All right, so let's you know what? Get on the phone with me. Let's figure it out. We're gonna get back on this call again so we can complete this, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. So CL, get back at me, man. I appreciate y'all having me on the call though.
Always, man. Always. You already know, Kid. Tasha, I know you want to ask a question, but Kid got to go to the studio. But we will set up another call unless you got time for a quick question. I don't know.
Yeah, do one more question.
Yeah, I have some young people in the room. I'm at my son's soccer game, and
what's up, y'all?
Say hello. He's an inspiring soccer DJ, and I work in education, and I would love to learn a little bit about, like, what advice would you give to young people that are sort of entering the space where they're not mixing turntables anymore, and what inspires you to keep going?
You said, what advice do I give to a kid that's showing that they're not mixing turntables no more, but that's where it comes from? That's what you mean?
Right. So they have the foundational aspect of it, but the technology is so different.
Right.
Do you think it's important for them to learn how to mix?
I think it's important for anybody that becomes a DJ to know where anything is because it comes from turntables. That's why I'm still on turntables. Some things just got to remain the same with me. I have all the new technology you can imagine, but I still remain on that because I got to touch a needle. So if he didn't learn that way, there's nothing wrong with him learning from the controller.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's young. You know, so I come from a different era. I come from that, but he doesn't necessarily have to do that. But to tell you the truth, everything works the same. It's all a matter of what you do with it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like I could be a drummer on 10 cans. If I'm nice on that shit, I can make that sound better than a dude with the professional drum set. You see what I'm saying? It's all what you do with it. So that's what I would inspire for him. Whatever he likes, whatever he's interested in, don't put the pressure on him of you should do it like that. Maybe when he gets a little older, you tell him, or you gradually tell him this is what it is. But what he want to work with, let him work with that. Let him get good at that, and then he'll go backwards and want to try other things and see what it is as he gets older. Because it's a lot. It's a lot to do. But I'm glad you asked that question. It's a good question.
Thank you. All right. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Yeah, shout out Tasha. I believe checking in from Canada, right, Tasha?
100%. T-Dot. I'm out here. Yeah, so thank you.
Nice.
That's right, man. Much love to the youth back there, man. Like I said, stay inspired, stay creative, stay original, most importantly. So love to you though, kid. We'll definitely set this back up again. Love to have you back. You already know what it is, man. Digiwaxx family. We all got you back 100%. So you know what I mean? When we set it up, we get back on and we run it back.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. I got a big surprise for you. I don't want to tell y'all what it is right now, guys. Big
Yes, you do.
surprise
Yes, you do.
With
Yes,
somebody
you
I'm
do.
working with. I don't want to say nothing right now, but believe me, when he comes, you're going to be like, oh, shit. So watch. I got you.
All right, hell yeah. Much love, dog. Much respect. Stay
All right,
safe
no
out
doubt.
there.
Peace.
Check 1, 2. I like the way that sound. Word of, I like the way that sound. Hold up now, old school.
Yes, yes, y'all. Rock, y'all. KRS, y'all. Kick Capri, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Block party, y'all. Woo! Forget the hype, here's the lesson. Hip-hop culture turned 47. Kick Capri on the turntable weapon. KRS-One, take it back, 77. Yo, just before the rap. Long before TV and all of that. 2 turntables, a mic and raw rap. Or rather MCing is what we call that. A jam, most of y'all never saw that. That's why right now we bringing it all back. KRS-One, I'm just a tall cat. Original MC, I am called that. Rappers today, what they say beyond whack. DJ Kick Capri brings the boom back. Taking you back with skills, we prove that. I'm the MC, the crowd, I move that. Security's like, you got to move back. KRS rocks the old and new tracks. Whether rock, reggae, EDM, or trap. I rock the microphone, that's a fact. KRS Kick Capri back to back. We came first, you dudes came after that. That's why they all jealous. We the true legends, it's nothing they can tell us. No, you can't buy us, nope, you can't sell us. Whether over music or acapellas, we them good fellas, nope, we never fell. Organic intelligence is faster than Dell. Let's pick up the pace. DJ Kick Capri cuts on the bass. 2 turntables and a traveling case. He looks like a lawyer when he takes the case. Some start hip-hop in the 90s with Mace. Others go back to the 80s with the bass. Me, I go back to the 70s, Charlie Chase. Cold Crush Brothers, this just a taste. Just a taste of the bass in your face. I started at 21, a king and an ace. Time never wastes, we pick up the pace. Fuck around here, you gon' pick up your face. True legend with a new weapon, you steppin'. I rap hip-hop, what are you reppin'? Forever we here, y'all here for 2 seconds. We rep the original, y'all in that new section. I pull 2 weapons, pad and pen. Dudes be like KR is at it again. Never ending. With Kick Capri, cut and mixing, scratching and blending. I send and lend a lesson. This is in your genes, no need for guessing. Or Levi or Calvin Klein. Open your mind and perfect your timing. Read the signs when radio stations claim they the home of hip hop. You know they lying. Kick Capri. Let's continue with the menu. What I send you is what I've been through. KRS-One turning the light on. Never weak at the beat, quite strong. Yo, Capri, turn your mic on.
On the wheel of still at this time, bringing it back for the OJs. DJ Kick Capri. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to give you a sample. Just give you a sample of the mix he was talking about. If y'all haven't seen it again, that was the Block Party KRS-One DJ Kid Capri. That was the mix. In case anybody go check it out. I dropped the link up in the chat. But very special in-person guest we got going down again all the way live from New York. Checking in again from everybody out there on the rooftop. Sierra, I don't know if Sierra on the phone. What's going down with the one and only Mr. Austin Brown?
Yeah. All right.
What's up?
Mic check real quick.
Are we on?
Yeah, I think we on, man. First of all, shout out to everybody in the building on another New Music Wednesday. Like I said, you know, I was down for a couple days, but I feel good. I'm back. I'm feeling better, I should say. I'm back.
It's back in action, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and we got a really special brother in the house, man. A rapper. No, I'm joking. Now he's an artist of all times, man. Singer, dancer, writer, producer, even acting, and many more things. But more than that, just a good person, man. And I'm happy to have you in New York because you are from California and you stumbled into New York during a crazy week. It's a lot going on this time. You have all this stuff going on. You got we speak about it. We have New York New Music Month, I think, and then we have the Tribeca Film Festival
I
and,
know.
and all
So
of this
much going on
stuff.
here. Yeah.
And we have the Austin Brown, the talented Austin Brown, pulls up in New York on 46th Street and is in the building. So,
oh my gosh,
big up to Austin Brown in the house. You already know.
bro.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you.
How you been, man?
Man, I've been good.
Yeah?
I've been good. I first got to clarify. CL is one of my best friends in general. So we talk every other day. He's
Hey.
been one of my best friends
Hey.
since I was fucking a teenager.
Yeah, man.
You know, so we can't make it seem like this is formal. This is my brother right here. This is
I'm
what
trying
we do.
to interview him.
I'm just like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to make me sound like I'm a guest? But no, I am a guest. But no, I'm happy to be here. Digiwaxx and the whole crew over here has been down with me for a long time. I've had a long journey, and everybody around here it's always felt like family. And you've always supported me from day one, even before I started producing for other artists. When CO would come in the studios when I was working with folks, he was telling me, "Man, you be on that production." So, you know, always been a believer, always been a brother that was about putting people on. And thank you for having me, dog.
Absolutely, man. It's only right, man. And congratulations on all your successes. And
thank you.
You know, you recently got the Grammy. You know, working with
Lucky Day and Tanking the Bangers.
I mean, this, you know, how do you feel from where you started, where you are now? Take us through that and take us like through the gratitude that you have for going through those tough times and going through those early good times that have brought you here, you know?
I mean, I'm thankful to still be able to call this my job. It's been a lot of years in grinding in music, and nothing's ever promised in anything that you do. But specifically with this craft, the only thing you could do is just continue pushing forward and get better, because there's always a reason to stop. There's always going to be hard. And so I have a lot of gratitude, because once I surrendered in, I was more so about, I would love to just be a part of great music rather than it just be fixated on mine or what. I just want to make great songs and be a part of the ether. And so the gratitude is being able to be amongst the great music makers and collaborate with them, and to be on platforms like this to be able to talk about my music as well. But it's been a long journey, a lot of discouraging moments, a lot of years where you just feel like nothing's being heard. I mean, I still get that now, but I think when you love something so much, you never not go through the growing pains of what all those emotions are. And so again, I'm just still thankful to call this my job.
No, that's a beautiful way to look at it, man. Because I say the best job in the world is one where you can profit from your passion.
Yeah.
You know, you wake up, you don't feel like it's work. It's just what you love, and that's what's up.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't take that for granted, man, because as hard as it is, as dark are the days are, as political as it may seem at times, for a living, I get to collaborate with other amazing people, and we get to make stuff. And then the public enjoys it, and they've been enjoying it. So, I mean, I can't even get mad at that. I just want to get better and continue growing, you know?
No doubt about it, man. Highway 85.
Those are some good times.
Okay.
Man, Highway 85.
Man, they don't even know, man. We was running through California. It was like crazy. But anyway, shout out to Cali and whatnot. And, you know, you're now on your new album,
The Festival.
Talk to everybody about Festival, but also the passion and inspiration behind it, and why the name Festival.
So the festival took on a few different meanings. I was always looking for a community. We were always looking on places to play and bringing people together. And so we started doing this festival called, first it was Canyon Sessions and then Black Carnival. And it was more so my friends coming together.
Wait a minute. Before you jump over those, I need you to explain to everybody what those are, because, you know, you may just say you're saying these things very quickly, you know, Carnival, Canyon Sessions and Black Carnival. Explain to everybody what those are exactly.
So this was around the time of the pandemic, before the pandemic, and pretty much where we were saying is that we want to figure out a place where we can all congregate and play some instruments and sing. And the theme was, if you could make music and perform without electricity. And so everybody would come together. Shoot, you had people who were just playing a cajon and singing and doing poetry. You had some cats who were coming with their guitars, and the first few people that got there was only like 35 of us, half of us who were performing. And we all just had projects, and we all needed to woodshed and perform. And so we created a community of people who would come together, and then we just kept doing them, just like, you know, how things go, like how you've done with this. And then a year later, we had about 400 to 500 people showing up at each one. And so that was really the moment where I realized, okay, this is as much communal as anything. And so the festival really represents the coming of age of that, collaborating with my band Black Castle, having all the different genres and styles that inspired me, reconnecting with my roots in Jamaica. And these are the songs that really came from it. And I wouldn't really be at this point if it wasn't for my community and people bringing me up and us being willing to listen to each other. And our main thing with Canyon Sessions was that making music so everyone could listen, making music so everyone has a place to express themselves. And the main thing was we got to shut up and listen to everybody because everyone has a story. And so that community of respect and togetherness is a lot of artists came from that. And I'm watching artists now starting to take off and do their thing. One of the artists, Lubiana, she's opening up for Shawn Mendes right now. And she was one of our Canyon Sessions early ones. So it's just cool to be able to be a part of a music tribe and see things organically grow. And so the festival is an extension of that.
And that's what's up. And some of the other names that attended that, you ain't got to go crazy bragging, but some of the other people that came out of that or that came to those sessions, you mind telling us some of those other artists?
Oh, wow. So, Black Carnival, which was an extension of Canyon Sessions. I mean, Evan Ross was coming out singing, Elijah Kelly, Jazzy, Tank and the Bangas, Raven Simone. Just recently at this last one that we did in LA for my residency at Andy's, Lucky Day came out and sang on stage with us. Anderson .Paak came out, Medison, just so many great artists just came in and came a part of the vibe. My mom came out and sang, which was really amazing. That was a massive moment. Andra Day came out and supported. So Macy Gray did our Canyon Sessions. It was so many people that it wasn't anyone was asking for anything. They just came to just jump on and be a part of it. And I'm just thankful because I get to be a spectator while being a part of it with them. So
yeah, man. I just wanted to put a little weight on it and let everybody know what's going on. No, so back to the album, and obviously it's inspired by a lot of things, and of course, Canyon Sessions was a
heartbreak life.
Talk about it.
Growing as an individual. I mean, to keep this as your career, you sacrifice a lot. And what you realize is that you sacrifice your personal self. And so you sacrifice love. You sacrifice things that are the most important things because, unfortunately, this is how I breathe. And the schedule and how things are at times is not conducive to the heart. And so when you feel empty, the only way I know how to heal that, I don't know if it's good or not, but it's by writing a song. And that has propelled me at this point in that I'm at in my life. And this is what it's about.
That's what I call writing your life.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Because we go through so much. That love emotion gets real crazy. But so much gets connected to that and all these other things and so on and so forth. All right, let's get into a song from the album. I was asking you before which one you want to play. I sort of had an order, but I forgot the order. So let's start with what you want to rock with.
Okay, we're about to release a video for this. It's the first track on the album. It's called Take Care of Me. It's a groove. A lot of the stuff you'll hear on the album, it's, I'm a musician first and foremost. It's what I love about music. I love playing my instruments. And you'll hear the funness, the groove. Shout out to my bros, Brian London, Tommy Parker, who are with me on this one, and Reese. And this is Take Care of Me. Highly influenced by the 70s greats, as I try to always do on the guitar and, just pay homage while giving it my sound. So,
all right. Yeah. You're pushing the music in. We'll take all of that energy. Shout out to Austin. These are big records, man.
Thank you, man.
This goes into the creation. I would say the process of getting to the final song, the end result.
It's a lot, man, because there's there's a step for each thing. And with that process, it was a pretty cool. My buddy Tommy Parker, shout out to him. He was sending me guitar loops and things that I should learn. He says, yo, check out this Nile Rodgers piece. Look at him playing. Check out this James Brown piece, Wah Wah Watson. And I was practicing these things, trying to learn. And as I was practicing and learning, I stumbled upon the chords for Take Care of Me. And then it just kind of came together when we were in the studio one day. And so from that point, it's just kind of elbow greasing it, you know, you just hear, getting the sound right here. I love the bass that we had on it, but then I hit my buddy D-Mile and I'm like, yo, would you play the bass on this? Go to his studio. He redoes the bass to give it that fatter sound. And then we just keep chugging away at it. It's a process, but you know, when you got a song, you know, when you got a record. And what I love about this record is that it's heavy. You know, it feels, what I know I love about music is when I get to dance and get to have a good time.
Yeah, man. What people may not know, or they may, is that you also write, produce for a lot of other artists.
Yeah.
Recently, Raish.
Yeah.
We could talk about Lucky Day.
Yeah.
We could talk about Taking the Bangers. How's that process different from when you're working on your own material versus working with them?
It's tough because when you're working with other people, you could be more objective because you don't have to necessarily make the last decision on it. So I can just kind of say my piece on things, add my best element, always try to give my best foot because we're in service to other people, trying to help them get to their point that they want to get to while being a part of it. But with mine, I got to make sure that end result gets to where I'm happy, and that can vary. But being a producer for others has given me a good sense of when I need to just stop. Like, Austin is there, just stop, walk away, it's done.
Nah, man, that's what's up, man. And again, congratulations for the work you. Hey, that was actually one of my favorite songs last year.
Thank you.
And man, I was just so proud because I know it couldn't be like that without you. So
no, it was a beautiful effort, a team effort. Shout out to D-Mile and Bruno. And that was one of the best moments I've had in the studio thus far on my journey. And watching Lucky just body that, I think he's one of the best singers of this generation. And watching us all sing back and forth and then Lucky do what he does, and just having so much respect for those cats and them taking what I have to bring to the table as well. It was dope, man. It was a great moment for me.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, let's talk a little about charades. Let's talk a little charades.
Let's go.
Why the name charades?
Charades. Shout out to Jamaica. Shout out to my background. A lot of people don't know my father's Jamaican.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
Charades pays homage to my roots. Shout out Tommy Parker, B. And this song, I was going through a breakup at the time, and the personality switches within who I was with was really driving me for a loop. I felt like I was dealing with a new person every day. And we could say that I was causing that, but I wasn't. I was just trying to navigate. But in my own way, maybe I was. And so Charades represents the ebb and flows of a transition of a relationship while paying homage to our roots in Jamaica.
Big up, J.A.
Now at Verizon, we're locking in low prices.
Oh, shoot. We got our rum punch moving over here. You know, but a deep song.
We had to bust open the red stripe. We had to bust open the red stripe for that one. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I'm over here coughing still. I'm sorry, everybody. But what a record.
Hey.
What a record.
Thanks, brother.
Beautiful. Everybody's in the new vibe and whatnot. I see Brittany. She looking. Brittany, you want to say something?
I think it's dope. I think the record is dope. I just, it's interesting because you talked about breakups and stuff like that, and your roots, your Jamaican or Caribbean roots. I don't know, man. It's just my personal opinion. I think sometimes men realize they've messed up too late, and they try to get it together at the end. So is that what you were trying to say in the song? That, hey, look, maybe I made some mistakes here and I didn't recognize the signs?
You know what? With that situation, I actually wasn't the one that made the mess up. It was actually her that cheated in this scenario.
Austin,
You know what I'm saying?
we telling Austin. Okay, all right.
I gotta be honest. But we backed away peacefully, and we're still cool till this day.
Well, there you go.
And you know what? The birth of the song is always the medicine for it.
And I think that's a level of maturity. You know, I know there's times when things don't work out, you break up, and you leave with that. You know, you sort of like blow up the whole. Look at Brittany.
I'm good at admitting my faults. Like when I do something wrong, I'll be the first one to tell you that was that was me. I'll be like, that was me. But on this scenario, I actually handled it, in the adult way. But things happen.
Hold on, Brittany. I heard you from the back of the room. What makes you think that men are the only ones? What makes you think that men are the only ones that mess up? And
Here we go. Listen, this ain't one of them podcasts.
You are speaking from a woman's perspective. My guy wrote a dope song from a music perspective, and here you go talking about I don't know.
Wait a minute. First of all, big shout out to Austin Brown. Right? He's incredible. He's incredible. The music is incredible. The song is a vibe. I'm loving the song. I was just talking more about the perspective from his songwriting, right? Like you go through things, and sometimes the songwriting can be therapy. The song can be a form of therapy. I just wanted to know if what he meant in the song was, hey, I found out I did something wrong and it cost me my relationship.
That's universal.
Say that again?
That's universal. That's not just men do that. Women mess up too.
I was talking. Whoa. Wait, who put that sound effect on there? Who did that?
Don't worry about that. It's a perfect sound effect.
Raymond, that looked like you. I'm not saying that women do not mess up in relationships. I'm not saying that. I was just talking about Austin's specific situation.
All right. You got it. If that's what you want to do in front of all these people.
And I understand Brittany's point. I'm gonna come in. She wanted me to clarify what was the situation. And on that, we clarified it.
Thank you. And Quantum, I see him in the chat too. Like, look, listen, Austin, I'm a crash out. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. Sometimes I'm a crash out, but only when it's valid. What?
We all do.
Exactly.
That's a human element.
Exactly. Only when it's justified though. But dope song, loving it. Yo, Raymond, you're trying me right now. You're trying me, Raymond. The sound effects.
How are they doing this?
Yo,
Raymond, you funny.
Yeah. Real quick, Raymond T, what's your thoughts on everything?
Excuse me, I was coughing too, but like I said, had to break open the red stripe for that joint right there, man. Good to see you. Get back to the roots. Austin, good to see you again, man. It's been a long time. I remember you back here when you made the trip with Raven
pre-pandemic. I know, I'm supposed to be coming down there to see you, bro.
Yes, sir. You know what I mean? So good to see you still at it. I just came back from New Orleans, so the idea of music without any electricity, fucking amazing. That's just such a dope concept. And so just true instrumentation, man, and just really just want to give you flowers, man, on just continued success and everything that you're still doing. The real always prevail. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Keep at it. The love for your musicianship and the love for you that you have for this music, it shines through, brother. So just keep getting to it, man. Much respect, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, amazing energy, and shout out to everybody in the comments. I think it's good, and these love stories and situations, and it deserves a whole nother it's another day, because everybody's been through so many ups and downs and things of that nature, and it can really trigger shit. And right now we just gonna keep it safe, because I can see things building up, but it's all love. It's all love.
But I think that's what music does. That's why I love it. It brings up emotions, brings up discussions, and that's the best part about it. There's no blueprint on how we're supposed to respond. That's what makes it great.
That's real talk. That's real talk. DJ Big Red, what's your thoughts on the music and everything? What's going on in Dallas, man?
Hey man, it's a little rainy, but you know what I mean, we're gonna make the best of what type of weather we have since we got Austin on the show, you know what I mean? So again, welcome to the call, man. I appreciate you being on and being such a close friend to CL, man, a brother to him, that we can have you on the call, man. One thing I want to say, I love the music. I love it. You know, not to piggyback off of Brittany, you know, with the breakup situation. But sometimes you gotta have good breakup music and good healing music, and that was good healing music. You know what I mean? When we try to right our wrongs, no matter who's at fault, but we're gonna right our wrongs one way or another, man. So since we got the inspiration behind the song, now again, what gets you in that mode? Because again, I'm asking everybody, man, because I'm a student right now at Full Sail University, trying to get this production and engineering thing going on, man. What are you using and what gets you in that mode when it's time for you to produce these beats and the music that you're coming up with?
We lost y'all over there. Unmute.
No sound.
Oh, can you hear me?
There we go. Now we're here.
Okay, so you said what gets me in that mode of writing and in that place to want to, you know, man, it varies. I'm a Scorpio Sag cusp, really Sagittarius. And so nah, don't do that to me, Brittany. Don't do that to me. So I naturally am emotional. And so when it really heightens, I just go right to music. I don't go here, there. It just comes out in the music. And then, you know, I know it's the one thing that immediately makes me feel better, no matter what scenario that I'm going through in my life, personally and spiritually. If I write a song, if I'm stressed and I feel something heightened, if I just create a song, it doesn't even have to be lyrically based, just getting some chords out, getting some moments out, it immediately makes me feel better. And so I try to gauge and pay attention to my emotions. Wow. Even happy things, even something, just having a great day, just any heightened form of emotion is where the music comes from, and surrendering to that feeling. And then I'm a student at the end of the day, so I like to geek out on stuff, rather it be to Sly Stone, rest in peace, and ways of creativity to certain people. I just look at that geek part of it, and then I apply my own life to it.
That's what's up. I appreciate you, because you know, one thing I learned in class today, that being in music, you kind of got to be a geek or a nerd to the music programs, and other knowing the programs that you're using and knowing how to get the best out of the program. So you got to indulge into it, just like you said. So what programs are you using?
So I use a few different ones. So I'm Ableton. I'm always on Ableton consistently. I love Ableton. I've been producing a long time. I learned how to produce when I was 10. So I started on the MPC. I started on the sequencing on the MPC 3000, having the 1080, having the Korg, going through the Planet Fat, going through the 4-bar sequence, and then slowly but surely I got into Logic, which made sense to that brain set of producing that way. And then, you know, slowly but surely I reached my limit of what I could do, because I missed being able to have my tricks like you could on the MPC. And so as soon as I learned Ableton, that was, if you're a producer, if you love your MPC, if you're a beat maker, you understand Ableton is the ultimate freedom, because what you can do to mix loops and beats together are bar none. And we have the technology to really do anything that's in our head. You know, I can hear anything from anywhere and tweak it, apply it, and make something. And so you have to be a geek in that sense to troubleshoot. You're going to run into scenarios where you have to read your way through it, or hit up a friend who's better and it's like, yo, dog, I'm trying to fade out on the last 8 bars, but for some reason my reverb is sticking over. So everything else is fading out, but then my reverb is tailing out. So it's just those little things that you learn, little tricks of the trade, by being in a community of people, asking other people. And yeah, that's I've kind of gone through a lot of programs. That's why it was hard to say just one.
Okay, I sure appreciate you. Thank you very much, brother, and much success on the music. Music sounds amazing, man. Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I really do.
Absolutely.
Word up, man. You touched on a couple of things there, but you did touch on Sly. It's been a rough week in music. I would say, like, obviously, the passing of Sly, but you had the passing of the
Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson
from the Beach Boys.
The creator, the founder of the sound.
Yeah, man.
You also had the same thing happen with Atlantic Star.
Yeah.
You know,
Lewis.
yeah. So, like, one thing I respect about you is that you're very diverse in your musical palette. You know, Frank Sinatra to
Miles Davis,
and all types of rock, and you know what do like Sly? You know, what does he mean to you? You know, what does the lead singer of the Beatles mean to you? Them passing, you know, what does their legacy mean, and what have they left behind for you?
When it comes to Sly, I'm sorry, ECMD Experience. It looks like my grandfather is on that thing, and every time I see his page, I'm freaking out because I'm like, damn, there he is. So I was just like, it's so funny to be him in that pinky ring. I miss that.
That's my brother. That's
oh
brother
my
Kermit.
God,
right there.
I love it.
Kermit, the star maker.
Yo. So Sly Stone, if it wasn't for Sly Stone, we wouldn't have your bedroom producer, your producer that you have, why it's condensed to that laptop right now is because of Sly Stone. Sly Stone was the first person to really start making music in his house. He was the first one to utilize the beat machine in a way to where you were now hearing it on pop radio. You know, it's a family affair. He's using a beat machine. All that album, there's a riot going on. He was bedroom producing. He was dubbing, he was tracking. He completely transformed the way we as producers make music. Before, you had people who had to be in the studio, and you had to have all your musicians there. You had to have everybody play, which is great because you get that camaraderie. But sometimes you don't have the tools there, or you have an idea right there and you can't wait for it to, get there. And Sly Stone was the person who made bedroom producing, in-house producing, home producing a mainstream affair where you heard songs that came from that forefront. So he's revolutionary, not just as a band leader, but as a producer and as an entrepreneur musically, straight up. You wouldn't have Prince if it wasn't for Sly Stone. You wouldn't have funk the way it was if it wasn't for Sly Stone. He kind of helped bring all the influences together from jazz, church, rock and roll, blues, and he did it in a way that was so transformative that you had Miles Davis going to his shows trying to figure out what Sly was doing. You had everybody trying to figure out what Sly was doing. And so his influence is profound. Same thing with Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys.
I was just going to ask you about him.
If you listen to Pet Sounds, even if you say it's not really my form of music, just musically, all those harmonies, all those family members singing that tone, that richness, all those layers. It was him and Phil Spector that were big on the wall of sound. If any music geeks in here, y'all know what the wall of sound was. It was all the sounds layered to create a dynamic sound. And then you had your songs that were presented in that way. Phil Spector was huge when it came to that, but Brian Wilson really defined it. And so these were transformative people that if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have music to be pushed to this forefront like it is right now. And I studied both of them tremendously. I studied both of them since I was a teenager. They were literally two guys that I looked up to. And they didn't try to be perfect. They didn't try to be this or that. They were just doing what was inside. And it's still listened to till today and some of the biggest, most successful copyrights in history.
Yeah, man. And I'm happy you said that because, you have, like I said, a musical palette that I respect. And obviously, your family as well. But to go out and beyond that and really study the cultures, not one, but all, is something special. All right. Well, obviously, we're here in New York. Our place is starting to, we're gonna play one more. The place is starting to get crowded out. Shout out to rappers in the house. You know what I mean? Shout out to Big Rap in the building. A lot of people are just pulling up. let's play one more record from the project. What's the last one you want to play?
We're gonna play My Love.
And why?
Because Brittany, this is how I really feel.
Say that again, Austin. What did you say?
You see what I mean? That's the real side.
That's a lot better. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, what did we learn today, class? What did we learn?
Do what Brittany wants.
There you go. Oh my gosh. See, you're a quick learner, and that's what I like. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, man. It's been a musical afternoon. Good stuff as usual. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Also,
I like Jamaican reggae. I love that.
Jamaican reggae to blood clot.
You know what I'm
Anyway, what do we got planned for the rest of the you got the summer coming up, popping off.
Yeah.
Obviously here in New York. What's your plans while here?
We're gonna be doing a show here in August. We're gonna be announcing that soon, Brooklyn Bowl. So we got that, and then more touring dates going to be announced. And right now we're in the middle of working on this new album for Tank and the Bangers as well, which is what we're fully working on. That's coming.
Real quick, back to the Brooklyn Bowl, Joy. This ain't a regular Brooklyn Bowl show.
Oh no,
this is Brooklyn Bowl with Styles P from the Locks. This is a Brooklyn Bowl with Tony Touch from Rocksteady.
With you.
This is Digiwaxx.
Friends only, Nat Prosper. So we got some good folks coming up that we're gonna announce. It's gonna be a celebration of people coming together, all music heads, all walks of life, just doing what we do. And it's gonna be live instruments playing, and just hopefully y'all come jam out with us. Our shows is really where this music comes to life.
Word up.
So come out if you want to hear some real music.
Yeah, man. So, thank you, man, for pulling up on us.
Man, thank you for having me.
It's not enough time because there's so much more to talk about. I know it's like a sort of like a I'm in New York type of let me just pull up interview, but you family and we gotta have you here. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pull up and we'll have you back on. I think we'll be on location soon in LA. Shout out to Raymond and everybody on the West Coast, but we're planning on doing what we're doing here in New York. On the West Coast, obviously, and we're gonna have to pull you out, have you pull up when you're in California as well.
I'm gonna do that. And Raymond, I'm coming out there to see you, bro. Let's schedule that up, man, so we can rock out.
No doubt, I'm with it. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, man. With that being said, it's been another dope edition of New Music Wednesday.
Thank you guys for listening, yo. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and download the album. It's on Digiwaxx.
Check out the festival. It's on. Yeah, please.
Yeah, the album's on Digiwaxx. Make sure. That's one of the beautiful things about this project. This platform is that we actually do seek out and break new talent. Shout out to everybody that does that. I don't care what your platform is. I care that everybody's brave enough to take a song to play something new and put people on. And that's what I really respect about what we do, because everybody else doesn't do that. So yeah, download the project and play some.
And shout out to CL, shout out to Digiwaxx, shout out to all you guys who do so much for us artists by listening to what we do. I see the replies. I try to reply to everybody who writes anything about my music. So I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen, for real. There's many songs that are out every day, and we're all doing this trying to get heard. So I don't take that shit for granted by any means. So thank you.
Yeah, man. All right. So Raymond, oh, by the way, if you need anything more, also just hit me up. I'll make the link. And I guess Raymond, if you want to take us out with something, with the fader.
Out now, y'all. Make sure you go check that out. Get you some feel good vibes. Thank you to everybody pulling up today. I know they're getting ready to shut you down over there. So please be safe out there. Y'all be cool. Stay healthy. Quantum, much love. Brittany, much love. Big love to everybody in the building, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got some more treats for us next week. Tap in, you know the time. Same bad channel, same bad place. Much love, y'all.
Hey.
All right, down.
Peace.
Recording stopped.